All righty, welcome everyone to the day 21. Believe it or not, we managed to stumble to the last day. It was 21 days of brutal training, 4 or 5 hours a day, most times, just to get going on this thing called ChatGPT Business Monetization Bootcamp. And the whole idea was for us to use that 21 days to sensitize as many people as possible to the possibilities of the ChatGPT. We know that it's going to get into understand how it works and how to monetize it. It's not something anybody can learn in one day or even in 1 month, but the theory behind it is that by the time you hear enough about it for about 3 weeks, something will click inside of you to ignite you to start taking some action concerning this particular phenomenon that is going on in the world right now, which is ChatGPT is very popular among them, but we are talking about artificial intelligence as a phenomenon. So many things happening. Guys are already taking positions. People are already learning how to monetize it. Those who don't know how to monetize it, at least they're getting sensitized that something is going on out there. And we want to have as many of you as possible to also catch that fever. That was the whole idea of the 21 days. And we've used most of that to teach you different new businesses that you can go into using ChatGPT or artificial intelligence. I know that several days we didn't teach something new deliberately because I wanted to make sure we're not just teaching, that there's something happening with some of you. But I think, if I remember correctly, I think we did teach about 10 or so different skills. I know we talked about commercial book monetization. We talked about freelancing. Under freelancing, I think we also actually talked about 10 different types of businesses under freelancing alone that anybody can go into. We talked about software creation and launch with ChatGPT, with artificial intelligence in the artificial intelligence field. We talked about how to become to make money with marketing blogs. I think we took a couple of days with that. This special software that my business partner and friend, Mr. Ifyok Nkem, has made over $2.6 million on this year alone. And he came in himself to demonstrate different things you can do with that software and how you can actually use it as a money-making tool for yourself. We talked about how to get into the video business. We talk about how to become a grant writer. Because all over the world, lots of people are looking for grant writers. You don't even necessarily need to get them the grant, you just need to help them write a great grant. And then you can, of course, have an upsell where you help them process the grant itself, and then you get a percentage of the grant that they get. But you want to first start out as a grant writer using the Rockefeller strategy. Whether they get the grant or not, you get paid to write the grant material for them. So on and on like that. We also had, at one point, we had one of my friends come and show us, David Jones came in to come and show us how to get an entrance into making money with 3D videos using his own strategy, the LOLLC strategy that he came in and also taught us. So you've had a lot of time, or rather a lot of exposure these last 21 days. And now that we're ending the bootcamp today and going more into what I call more narrowed down business, we want to just use today to wrap up as opposed to saying, let's go start a new business for you. So what I want us to do mostly today, for those of you especially who have been around for more than 7 days or so on this, we are going to be talking about what exactly did you learn? Did you learn, and what is the one area or 2 areas that you have decided you are going to then begin to pursue? We understand, and I keep repeating it all the time, nobody is delusional to think that we're going to teach you everything you need to know to start to prosper immediately in a 21-day bootcamp where we only spend a few hours on each of the business. But by now, You should have a clear idea how you want to go as far as your own career is concerned. What are the areas you want to zero in on, and you want to share that with us as a way of, one, reconfirming, because sometimes restating some stuff is more for your own confirmation than even trying to teach anybody. You need to reconfirm to yourself, this is where I'm going. Because once you say it out, it's almost like you are locking yourself, or at least encouraging yourself to lock yourself into that zone so that you can start doing something about it instead of just talking. They said it's as you know, this world was created by words. God said, and it happened. So words are very powerful. The more you talk about what you are going to be doing, the more you are encouraging yourself to go in there and go do it. So today is the last day. Like I said, I'm going to be giving out some awards towards the end, but I'm more interested right now in us doing a recap on ourselves. What has the week been to you? What has been one or two things that you learned, and what are you going to take away from here going forward to start monetizing what you learned? So we're going to focus a lot on that while I'm waiting for more of you to come in. All right, we are going to start with Zoom today because Zoom is where we started all of this and flesh it out into the audio apps, and then of course we're going to end it on audio apps, which is where we can have a longer, more participatory discussion. All right, who wants to go first? Now we are in a meeting format. We are not in a training format today. All of us want to hear. What did you learn? Where are you going with this? Who wants to start? Gideon, I see you. Do you want to go first? Kirsten, I see you. Kelechi, I see you. Tunde, you are the first to come in. Amaka, I see you also. Who wants to go first? Or do I have to call names? What have you learned? Where are you going from here? So call this more like a kind of a testimonial day. After all, we have just done 21 days. I wish I had thought about it. I would have actually tried to create certificates because spending 21 days, particularly for people like Iris, people like Lee, Sharau, came in late, but since he has been here every day, and many of you out here on team, to be able to have a certificate for going through this. But I didn't think of it in advance, and we will be doing stuff like that later when we continue with the Business 360 Club that we have. All right, Kirsten, you want to go first? What have you learned? What do you think of the workshop, and where are you going from here? Go. Kirsten, are you there? I'm hearing crickets. Okay, Kirsten is still on the cricket level. Kelechi, are you there? You can unmute yourself and talk. I think everybody, once you're on stage, you should be able to talk, right? All right, Amaka, are you there?
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Amaka. Yes, I can hear you. How are you doing?
I'm doing very fine.
Okay.
I want to greatly appreciate you because it takes an amazing guy to come out there to encourage people to become somebody with relevant skills. I must greatly appreciate you for that. Actually, I got to meet you during the Niger talks, the campaign talks with Morgan, and after a while, I couldn't follow through, but just stumbled on this one, and I participated, and I didn't join early enough, and I really felt bad. But thank God I've keyed into the 360 Netpreneurs Inner Circle group, and I'm looking forward to a great time of learning with you too. So far, I've been challenged. I actually started with the training, the course online, that's using ChatGPT to do courses, training courses, and I was quite excited.
Code, one this thing for me.
Are you hearing me, sir?
I can hear you. I think Gideon's mic was open. Go ahead.
Okay, and then the videos, so I participated then the AI marketing blogs, and then other chats with people and what they are doing, and I actually got very, very challenged. For me, I want to start with writing books. I'm an agripreneur, though by profession I'm a chartered accountant, but I've been in the agribusiness for maybe the past 2 years, and that's where actually I'm playing on. And I see a lot of opportunities I want to leverage on. A lot of women out there, they want to showcase their businesses. They don't even know what to do to make themselves, marketable online. So I'm looking at building an app that will capture all the women businesses, around, especially women in the agri-business, and showcasing their products. I'm seeing an opportunity in that area, and then digital marketing skills, So I want to start with writing books, and by next week, I will give it a try. I've worked on my laptop, and I'm going to start very soon. Though I didn't join in the early training with ChatGPT, but I figure it out and see how I can start. And after the book, the next niche I want to create is digital marketing with AI. That's what actually I want to leverage on. But I'll even get to writing a book on Mr. Ope Banwo. Sorry, sir. You get to see the book very soon, sir.
That's a good one. Interesting.
Yes.
All right. Well, good to see you. Hopefully, we can continue to migrate together, continue to work together, and continue to grow together. I'm actually working on creating a Discord server, because I realized that WhatsApp is actually not going to be enough to get the kind of interaction we need. We need it to be segmented. It's not everybody that is interested in commercial book authoring. It's not everybody that is interested in software development. So it's difficult to segment that on WhatsApp. It means that everybody just doing everything else. I wasn't happy, but I realized that we can use Discord. So I'm posting the link to the Discord in the Inner Circle group. In fact, I'm going to make it available to everybody, because in that Discord, we can then separate those who are premium members, the Inner Circle members, from those who are just general members. And then we have different categories and different rights and different access inside of Discord server, instead of me going to go build a more complicated site. Of course, we are still going to be using the vault for only those who are VIP, but there's more to the vault, to the membership, than just the vault. So we are going to be migrating more to a Discord server for better service for everybody. So I look forward to seeing you. All right, thank you for sharing, Amaka. Who else wants to go? Still on the Zoom call. We're going to come to those on Clubhouse in a second, and Gist House, but let's exhaust a little bit, those of us who are here. All right, Gideon, you want to go? Now you have to unmute yourself. Okay. I have to give you the permission. I think you should. Okay, go for it. What have you learned? Where are you going?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. So excited to be here. I'm so excited to be given the opportunity to speak in this wonderful program. First of all, my name is Gideon King. And first of all, secondly, I want to give a real shout out to our mentor, Dr. Ope Banwo. And I'm already using you as my mentor in my book, Why People Lack Money. And by the grace of God, I intend to write a book also about you as my first hand mentor.
Oh my God.
By the grace of God, the book that I'm working on now, you've really added a lot of values to me to be able to bring out the book in reality. Like I told you last week, I told you that I wasn't able to publish my book in the last 10 years or thereabout because of the mindset of trying to be perfect, the mindset of trying to get originality. But now you taught us that you should not wait to be original. You should not wait to be perfect. Just launch in, start something. Then where by the time you get there, along the way you will make things better. So it drives me to do things and start something. So by the grace of God, I think I've been able to achieve a lot in these 21 days of being with you. So I really want to thank you, sir, for this energy you have put in us. I really want to thank you. Then another thing I want to do or want to say this evening is that God has used you in a timely manner. This is timely. This training is timely. So what I will do now is, sir, by the grace of God, by the time this book is launched, I am going to launch the second book. I'm going to write the second book and use you as the the primary focus of that book. Then the book, I talked about launching a book. So the physical launching of that book, sir, I want to know when you are going to come to Nigeria so that the launching of this book, you are going to be the premier person in that book, sir.
Oga, a lot of talk. I'm not into talk. I'm into action. When you do the book, it's published. Then we can talk about coming to Nigeria. I'm going to be in Nigeria in less than a month from now, maybe 2 weeks. I don't normally give my exact. I'm going to be in Nigeria, but it's okay. I'm always there every 3 months. So the time you write is the important thing is to get it written first. Now, let me be clear. Guys, I love you guys and I appreciate and I'm flattered that you guys are thinking of writing books about me, but don't write books about me unless it's a book for you to make money. Let's be frank here. I'm teaching you about how to be a commercial book author. I'm flattered. Who will not be flattered for people to write a book about him, but I'm not a selfish person. And I'm this is about you figuring out how to make money with your book. It might even be better for you, for instance, even if you really wanted to get me involved, maybe if you have a great idea for a book, I can co-author with you, meaning that we co-own the book, then I can help you promote. That one will make at least some little money, even if I'm sharing that with you. Pastor John writing a book on me, who want to buy a book on me, I don't know. Unless you have figured out a way to commercialize the title or commercialize what you are doing. I'm not preempting what you and Amaka want to do. Amaka mentioned it first, by the way, and she's claiming copyright already. So I would love to see it, but again, while I appreciate the appreciation, don't lose your ultimate focus that this is about business. No, and if you can figure out a way to twist it where it has a commercial value that people might then want to pay money for, then it makes sense. But just writing a book about me just for the sake of it, does not serve you. It may serve me in the sense that, you can say somebody wrote a book about me, but to me, that's no biggie. That's number one. Number two, for you, Gideon. Yeah, book launching is good, but you don't want to focus on launching offline because there's a lot of logistics that go into that. Now look at it this way, okay? Without exaggerating, let me not even add all the ones I've written the last 2 months. As of April, I had 47 books that are published, okay, on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and many Kobo, all that places. But guess what? I've never done one offline book launch ever. And I wrote my first book in 2001, okay, 22 years ago. Before I knew about commercial book writing, I started, my first book was a Christian book. Then I wrote the next two on motivational stuff from the Bible. So, but I've never, even when I was pastoring and I had hundreds of members that would gladly come to my book launch and donate money, I never did it because I've never believed in offline launch. But the few that I've seen, that I've encouraged people, that have either been MC or I've done for people, don't get me wrong. Tommy, the blind genius boy, I helped him to write his book. I paid for the launch, the old launch, the hotel in Ikeja, that a beautiful 5-star hotel. I paid for it. I paid for the even bringing a superstar to come and perform, Kenneth and Brown. because he said that's what he wanted. It was deep in his heart, and I felt I can just honor that because that's a man that has gone through an amazing experience, but he did not bow to the he did not bow to the vicissitudes of life. He did not say because he lost his eyesight, he was shot by armed robbers. All of you know his story, and I encourage him to turn that story into a book. All right, so and he did it by just doing audio. Then I helped him to transcribe it, then to turn it into a book. And then the man, and I said, what does he want? Other than that, so I said the thing that has been really big in his mind, he wants to do a formal book launch so that he can invite all his friends and the whole of society to it. And I felt, okay, I'll honor him. We spent millions. Let me not give you the exact figures in terms of renting the hall. The hall itself was almost ₦1 million, renting the hall, getting food for, I think, 150 people, bringing Kenneth and Brown, and then printing copies and all that. Now, I never even asked him exactly how much he did make during the launch. I did my own donation, and then a lot of other people also donated. But that was an exception. In my own experience, from those who have launched books, most times they have not made any of the money that they were expecting. Why? Because a lot of the people will come there and pledge. They'll come and shine. They'll carry a microphone and say, okay, I'm donating ₦1 million to this book, or come and donate 100,000 to this book. But they will not give you that money. You will spend the next 1 year chasing them down. I knew that from way back, even before I left Nigeria. When I was still in my 20s, when I was a CEO of a finance company, I've seen some of my friends who launch books. For the next 1 year, you are still sending your staff to go and be chasing guys. So I've never liked it. That's not to say don't do it, too. But if you're expecting me to come to your book club, to come and donate money to you, you have already given me the money when I come there. So I'm not going to do that. So I will not say don't do launch if you know how to figure it out. But I'm telling you in advance, it's typically a frustrating experience. It's a loss leader. You're going to lose money, more than likely. But if you're not doing it for the money, if you're doing it for the prestige, if you're doing it for the recognition, everybody has their reasons why they do a book launch. So if it is not profit, then it's okay. But if you're looking at using a book launch to make money, more than likely you're going to be disappointed. I'm just telling you, I've had very, unless you are a national figure, maybe someone like me now, if I were to do a book launch, some people will come there and donate money just because it's me, because I've sold into their lives, because I've raised a lot of big name guys. If I bring an Ifyok will not leave that place without dropping at least maybe $5,000 just because I'm his coach. Is Stephen Akitayo. There's a way we donate 1 million. I'll tell him I don't want. I want 10 million and I will get it. Why? Because he has the money and I've been very instrumental in his life. So those are the type of people that make money when they do book launch. People already have a lot of goodwill out there. They've already created a lot of successful people, like an Obasanjo, for instance. When he launched his book, he did like billions. Why? Because they're not donating to the book. They're donating to the man.
With so personality.
Do you have those kind of people already, or you are just expecting because you publish a book, people will come there and come and donate money? You'll be very disappointed. So instead, I will launch my book online. That's what I do. Okay. When my book is ready, I put it on several online sites. Then I do a book launch plan that is digital, where for 30 days, I'm launching my book. That's what I did for Confessions of a Guru Wannabe. And I sold, I think the first couple of months, which I don't know, 1,500 units at $47. I couldn't make that money if I launched offline, right? This is 2012 or something. Okay, my first successful book launch, but it was online. So what you can make online with less than $200 cost, if at all. Imagine doing a book launch online and you plan to do a book launch plan, which we are going to get into. That's one of the stuff I wanted to introduce to the inner circle members. If you do a proper book launch online, you could very well walk away with $20,000, $30,000 with a cost of less than $500, right? If you do it right. But if you do offline, you're going to have to print copies, right? Now, to print copies for you, they will tell you minimum is 500, and then they will give you this crazy money. Before you know it, you have spent millions printing the book in Nigerian money. maybe you have spent $5,000, $10,000. Now, those books will be in your garage. They'll be disturbing you. If you don't have garage, they're going to have to be staying with you in your bedroom. That, which is what happens with most people who do offline launch. They don't sell it. The books are just there. So I think enough wisdom there, but don't focus on the book launch. You're already talking book launch when you have not written it. That one I don't like. You don't have a book and you're talking book launch. Stop talking rubbish. Get the book done first. When you publish the book, oh, the book is not live. I woke up this morning, I was so excited. One of my close friends, she's a judge. You have to understand. So you know how outstanding she must have been before she could have been elevated to the position of a judge in her state. She didn't have a book on, but when I started this 21-day camp, she started following me. We were classmates, so I'm not superior to her. She's even better than me legally because she's a judge in her state. I'm not a judge, okay? But she was humble enough to come and join. She even paid for my my what is it called, my inner circle, the $10 a month in, and I was embarrassed when I saw that. I'm like, why are you paying? And I talked to her privately, like, why are you paying? You have just told me now, you are not a student to me, you are my friend. But she said, no, that this is a new business I want to learn. And so I have to take it professionally. That is a court judge, people. This morning, she sent me the link to her first book published on Amazon. And I could not be more excited. I would do anything for that, my friend, in terms of book launching online, in terms of because she already have the people. If she wants to make 50K with that book, she could do it easily. She's got lots of lawyers. She's got lots of judges. Some ministers are our friends. Commissioners, those are our colleagues. Court of Appeal judges. We have all of them plenty. I'm not even close to them. She's close to them. They are colleagues. So, but my point is, she's been able to use this 21-day bootcamp to ultimately publish her first book. After we were called to the bar in 1986 in Nigeria. That is 14 plus 23. That's 37 years ago is when we have been lawyers. But she's not published a book, which is crazy to me. But it's not easy to me. But I realize that most of my colleagues, maybe 90% of them, don't have a book. And they have stories to tell. Which judge will not have a story to tell? I mean, let's be frank. They bring story to you every day. You don't have to talk about the specific cases, but you can come up at it in different ways. I haven't seen a book. I just woke up this morning, saw that alert, and I was just celebrating for her. But I'm going to read it. My point is, you want to plan to launch your book online. When you have had an online success and you want to then do offline, maybe you're a politician, politicians do offline. They are not doing for the money, they are doing for the clout. They are doing it for the recognition. See? Or you might be a pastor. Maybe you are using it to get people to notice your ministry. Those make sense because you are not doing it for the money. So if you don't make money, you are not going to be disappointed because you are not doing it for the sake of money. Are you still following me? So, but
yes,
first, let us get the book written first. We can't be talking about launching when you don't have a book published. I don't want to hear it. All right. Thank you so much, though, for coming up and sharing with you. Let's look at who else is on stage with her. Let's show everybody.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
All right.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you for coming up. Stay on stage with us. Anyway, nobody's getting off stage. Anyway, we're all on stage today. Nobody's getting off.
Sorry, sir. One more thing, sir. Yes. I want to really appreciate the fact that you are very open to the realities of making us to come out of our shell. Okay, the very first time I came out to talk, you made me to understand that if you are hiding somewhere, you are not going to bring out the best out of you. You make us to know that there is a time you need to come out. There's a time you need to talk. There is a time for everything. So it is really very how will I put it now? Very, very wisdom filled of you that you are making us to bring out the best out of us. I really appreciate that, sir. Thank you so much. I have actually finished my book, like I said. yesterday. I finished my book. The only problem I was having challenge was with the Amazon Kindle. The display was very bad. That's why I couldn't publish it. But when you told me that I can do the formatting from MS Word, so I did the formatting today. By the grace of God, by today, this night, I will be able to publish my book on like 7 websites this night or tomorrow. I will be able to publish the book on the 7 websites. Sir. Thank you so much.
All right. Yes, thank you so much. Tunde Taiwo, I see you. It says I also want to participate in your training program. How can I join, especially the mobile development? That is a separate. We are going to be having a group coaching for each of those subsets, but it's going to be $997 for those who want to be in there. It's a 1-year program to help you to get your own specific product out. That is different from the one-on-one. The one-on-one coaching is $10,000. I don't even advertise that. I'm not even sure I want plenty of those. But one-on-one means me and you I have to spend a lot of time on you personally, one-on-one person. So I can't reduce that, but I know that a lot of people may not be able to afford. Please mute yourself.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So so to answer your question, okay, you are even on stage. So I will be introducing that after the boot camp for those who want to get into a group coaching for specific niches. Because for me, until you niche down, you are really not ready. So we are going to have the inner circle will be available for that. What I said is they're going to get in the on the sales page for it. They're going to get access to the vault. They're going to get the hangouts that we do every week. But they will not be part of the group coaching for specifics. I have 5 of them for those who want to learn how to create mobile apps as agencies. That's one. They were going to be having one for commercial book authors, those who want to go the whole length with commercial book authoring, like creating their funnels, launching their books, and all of that. That is a separate group on its own. The idea is to force you to just get one. So that way you lock it down. So I have 4 of those. There is freelancers for those who want to be in the freelancing business, for those 10 skills that we taught them how to get it set up, how to get to start getting clients and all that. So that way I can have a focus group for them on Discord, and also have day-to-day group coaching going on with them specifically for their niche. So if you're interested in that, we will open it up to you, but you can't even join any of those group coaching programs unless you're a member of the inner circle to start with, which is that $10 program. I don't want freeloaders, and I don't want people who are not serious yet. Okay, so you have to first join the inner circle, Mr. Taiwo Tunde. If you have joined the inner circle, from there we will then talk to you about the 4 different parts. I have actually 5 different parts to building your own business. There's a commercial book author business. There is software creation and launching business. There's a mobile app consultancy business. And then there's the social media manager. There is affiliate marketing stream. And then there's social media managers. And you are only allowed to join only one. Okay, one of those groups, so that at least for the first 6 months, it's a 6-month program for you to get going in that area. And that will be only $997. It's only $1,000 for those who want to be part of those group programs. But those of you who have money and want to do one-on-one, maybe you don't really want to be questioned in a group, or to share your stuff in a group, or be part of a group planning, then you can approach me privately for the one-on-one. But like I'm saying now, it's $10,000. I don't compromise that. I don't even reduce a dime from it, but I don't promote it to everybody. It's not for everybody. But for me to even accept you, even if you have the money, I have to question you. We have to go on Zoom. We have to talk about it. I want to know where you are. What have you done? What are the resources you have? What is the time you have? Because that comes with a 200% guarantee, meaning that when in 6 months, after you've the whole idea is to help you launch your own business or product, whatever you want, and you're supposed to make at least double whatever you paid as a coaching fee. And if you don't, I will give you 100% refund. It will be in writing. So I have to be careful, and I've always been careful. It's not something I advertise. You're not going to see me put out an advert in the newspaper or on social media asking for one-on-one coaching people, because it's customized. And I pick myself 100%. Let's say, for instance, you have attended this 21-day boot camp, you have not even published any book, you have not picked any of those niches, you are not doing anything in that area, and then you come to me, you want to pay me 10,000. I'm not going to take it, because I know it's a waste of time. You're just going to waste your time. You're going to waste my time. I'm going to get frustrated. You are going to get frustrated. And then you're going to be going out there saying, Dr. Kwek took my money. And but the group program is open for those who want to focus on one. It will help you focus on one niche. And then we have a program of what is supposed to be happening every week for that particular group. If you are in any of the 5 groups I just mentioned, which is the software vendors, commercial book authors, affiliate marketers, freelancing, and then social media managers, VIP. That's the VIP inner circle that we're going to be doing. I hope any of those fits you. If you don't have the $1,000 to join the specific niche group, but at least you can just join the $10 one, which means basic stuff. You're going to get access to the vault. You're going to be part of our inner circle that we meet every week. You get discount on my products, and then all those stuff that are listed, which is still an amazing value that you get for only 10K. And as you grow from there, and you decide, now I want to really, really settle down for a niche, and I need group coaching for that, then you can then opt in to join the group coaching program, where we're going to help you to get that business, that one business you are talking about, to get it sorted out to where you are now making money with it, okay? Tunde is asking if the 1K can be done instrumentally. I actually haven't thought about that. Typically, I collect the 997 upfront because I market this mostly to the foreign market. I understand that a lot of Nigerians will tell me they don't have it. But funny enough, I have more living Nigerians on that program than those living abroad, which was a pleasant surprise for me. And they pay their money, so that means they have the money. But we can look at it, depending if I get more people asking that. Tunde, I see you. We can look at it. Maybe I might decide to split it into 4 or 3 or something, just to make sure they are serious people. But I still have to see what you are doing to make sure. I don't like collecting money from people who are not going to be able to get value for it. There's something that bothers me a lot, that maybe I overcompensate. I don't want anybody coming on any of this app and say I'm a scammer, I collected this, nothing happened, this, that. So I'm very careful who I collect serious money from. You're going to pay me $1,000. I want to be sure you are going to go on a call. You're going to tell me which way your commitments, because you have to commit at least 1 hour a day for me. If you can't do that for 5 days a week, then you are not ready, because nothing is going to happen if you are not doing it. I can teach. Teaching is not my problem. I can teach all day. But if you're not executing, you're just wasting your own money. Okay? And you're wasting your time, rather. You're wasting my time. You're wasting your time. So we'll talk about it, but today is more like a wrap-up of the class here. I was going to talk about the 2 offers at the end, but so you made me mention it a bit, but I'll talk about it later. In other words, the next level for those who want to go beyond just attending training and just talking and feeling good is you want to pick up a niche and sign up for the group coaching there. The group coaching is only $1,000, $997. And the plan for that is to help you build that niche to profitable level for 6 months. Actually, it's a 1-year program, because I don't expect anybody to stay there more than 3 months on that group coaching. Seriously. If you do what you need to do, your business will be up and doing. Let's say you want to be a freelancer. Okay, within 3 months, you should have your skills narrowed down to what you should be selling. We should have you on several freelancing sites, minimum of 10 is where I go for. We should have you doing the launch of your freelancing business. The way the launch of a freelancing business is done is different from the launch of a software, and it's different from the launch of a book. But in that first 3-month period, you should have been able to go whichever one you are in, be able to have had your first launch, be able to make that initial money, possibly make more than what you paid for your group coaching back. That's just $1,000. I mean, I can't see somebody launching a software product and not make 1,000. I don't see anybody doing their book launch for 3 months and not be able to put down $1,000 with that, unless they are not following the plan. And the plan will be clear. Week 1, this is what to do. Week 2, this is what to do. Week 3, this is what to do. And then you report back to the group on our weekly meeting. It's once the live meeting will be once a week, but we are going to be on Discord 24/7. So in your own group, you are talking your own team. If you're in commercial group 1, those who are in freelancing, they don't hear what you are doing. They don't see what you are doing. So everybody can focus. Then we have the general one, which is one for the inner circle people, general questions, and everybody just having fun and getting training drop for them, for those who are still figuring out how they want to be serious. So that's it. It is after you finish that group 1, and I feel that this one is ready to go to the next level, that I can even start talking to you about one-on-one coaching, which right now, most of those are maybe I see about 4 or 5 who are probably ready for the one-on-one coaching, but I'm not pushing it. I want them to get some money going. I want you to earn some money. I want you to get some, or at least have some serious structure going for you before I start opening my hand and say, pay me big money. So that way you can respect me. You're not going to go out there tomorrow and say, this man, just because he can take 10,000 from me, just took it because I like him. I really like his style and took his money. I don't want that. All right. It's not that I don't like money. We all like money. Let me not be lied to you. But I'd rather have the kind of money that you'll be more than happy to pay me. And 1 year after, you're still happy you paid me that money. Not the one that you say, I didn't even know what an autoresponder was. And he took 10,000 from me. Then I asked him about autoresponder and he's getting upset, which I can't. If something I think is something you should have known. So I'm very careful about all of this stuff. I hope that answers your question. All right, let's take somebody else. Come on, guys. Clubhouse guys, come up stage and talk to me. For those of you just joining in, today is day 21, and it's a recap day where we want to talk about what have you learned in the last 21 days, what are you planning to do with what you have learned, and what is your focus now. We see it as an introduction, the 21 days. Now you are going out into the world to start executing what you learned. So come share with me. Don't be shy. I promise to be nice. Shara is in the house, so I'm going to be nice. I promise you that. All right, guys, come up. Let's talk. Okay, Mr. Joseph Okune, are you ready? All righty. Mr. Joseph, where are you? All right. Maybe he's not ready to talk. Rafiu, are you there? Do you want to share? Okay, let me unmute you. I had something this morning when I was in John Lee's room, as I always go every morning. All right. Somebody said something very important, that you only grow when you get into a room, you raise up your hand, and then you talk. It is by participating that you begin to make headway. Trust me, the man was correct. If you don't talk, you are not going to grow. Okay. So yeah, Taiwo, we hook up with me on WhatsApp. All of you have my number, my WhatsApp number already, because you're on the group. But in case you don't have it, I'll put it on the screen. It's not a big deal. I just don't take phone calls, so don't get upset if I don't pick up your phone. But I will respond to you almost instantaneously. I don't like phone calls, not because I don't want to talk to you. Even my wife doesn't call me unless it's an emergency. She texts me on WhatsApp. She knows in seconds I will respond. So please don't take it personal. Phones for me are only for emergency or one-on-one clients, because those are the ones that can call me in the middle of the night. I will pick up phone because they paid me good money that they don't have. 10,000 is a lot of money for most people when they are starting out. Those are the only ones. Everybody else, including my wife and my children, is WhatsApp. Then if you now feel that I should make a phone call after that, if you send me a message or I need to speak to you or whatever. But when I say a phone call, it's like an emergency for me. All right, I hope that answers your question, Mr. Tunde. I post my number there. All right, who wants to go now? Just let me know, raise up your hand and I will unmute you.
I am in Gist House, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
That's Chioma, right? I can't forget that voice. That's Chioma. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you so much. This is an eye-opener for me. I was able to use ChatGPT AI to finish a website. But when I finished and launched, I now found out that they gave 7 days. After 7 days, if you don't pay for the domain and hosting, they will now remove it. But for my happiness is that I'm able to use the ChatGPT 4 to create what I wanted. It was giving me ideas on a website I was creating for a business I wanted to start. So it was, in fact, I was so excited about it that, okay, this is the plans, this is what I want to do and all that. And I achieved it. So for me, it's a big deal.
Now, interesting.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, Chioma, well, one quick question. I'm surprised you said that 7 days. I hope you didn't go and fall for those guys that charge you for ChatGPT on your phone. ChatGPT is free, you know that.
No, what I'm saying is the platform is called Apple. It's Apple. One of the Pineapple, sorry. It's pineapple something that you will use to create a website. You just be following the instruction. You'll be telling them what you want and all that. It will just go like a machine. After you inputted everything, it will now come out, giving you what you want. You can now edit.
Okay, you are talking about creating website, not the ChatGPT.
Yes, so
okay.
I said I was able to create like 2 websites that is live.
Okay.
But the thing is, now I find that they just give me a space of 7 days to pay for the hosting and the domain name. But I want to find out, sir, it made me to start researching on different domain sites that you can host your website. So, and I found out that the one they are charging is higher than the normal domain sites and the hosting site. So what can we do in this particular?
How much are they charging you?
They say it's $126.
Is it per month or per year?
Per year.
That's not bad. That's like $10 now. That's about the average. That's not expensive.
Okay.
That's not expensive if you are going to get if they are, I don't know about this pineapple thing, so I don't know what they are giving you. But even on GoDaddy, if you are just paying for the hosting, it's about $10 a month, apart from paying for and they don't give you websites. So
no, this one is website builder, it's AI website builder. You just build your website, you input what you want, and everything will be out. Then you can upload images, you can design your own logo or it designs logo for you and all that. Through this your thing, I was able to find out and do it, and it was, in fact, for now the website, although it's remaining 6 days for them to shut me out in the website, but at least it's something that I know that now I can get it as a work and do it for someone.
All right.
For me, it's a plus. Yes.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Like I said, if you're asking if $120 a year is too much, no, it's not. It's about it's actually cheap. That's about $10 a month. Most like that actually gives you websites, build it for you and all of that. They charge more than that. Like Wix, for instance, I think Wix is also like $10 a month, $9.99. And the other side. So that's okay. Typically, I wouldn't pay that if I were you. I probably would go for WordPress, but then WordPress, you have to learn how to use the theme, which for me is actually very easy to learn if you are ready to learn. So WordPress is free, and so you can have your website without having to pay for the hosting or pay for anything, right? On WordPress,
it's totally free, sir.
Yeah, WordPress is free, 100%.
wow.
Yeah, they have, of course, they also have a premium version, but you don't have to get the premium version to get your website, is what I'm saying. Okay, so so WordPress.org, go and try to learn it. It's not complicated, trust me. It comes with a team. You click the team, and then it builds the site for you, and then you just put your content. So as you are just starting, that is what I will encourage you to start with. Yeah, of course, ultimately, it's important for you to have a domain that is in your own name that you own. But I always say when you are starting, because you don't, it's like my 15-year-old daughter now, when she was 10, okay, saying what she wants to become. We're all just laughing. She said she wants to become a school teacher. Because at the age of 10, she was flabbergasted by her teacher. She just loved that teacher, and she felt that being a teacher is the best thing to do in the world. But I will just laugh. But we know she's 10 years old. She doesn't know what she's talking about, because 2 years later, when we start explaining to her that teachers don't have money like that, and my daughter likes money, she doesn't want to be teacher again. Now I'm hearing she wants to be lawyer. So, but she's still 15. She's still young. She will finally know what she wants, maybe by the time she turns 18 or 19. But so same way with somebody who does start internet business, everything looks very exciting to you. Everything looks very doable to you. And I say, going from my own experience, don't lock yourself down on things that you have to be paying recurrent money for yet. Understand what you are doing. You can see the way, even me, in the last 21 days, the only thing I'm talking about is people joining in my club for $10. Do you think you think $10 is going to do anything to my life? No. Most of my programs are $3,000, but it will be unfair to ask you to start to pay me $3,000 when you don't even know what the heck WordPress is. That's not right. You have to grow into it. So as you grow, you become more familiar with what needs to be done. And then at that point, it makes sense to you to pay somebody $5,000, $3,000, $10,000. Right now, you don't. So don't do it. It will be my opinion for now. I'm not saying Pineapple is bad. Pineapple is bad. No, it might even be that's what you ultimately need. But take the first couple of months, work with a free site, because you might change your mind tomorrow that you don't want to do whatever it is you are doing there now, that is something else you want to do. Then what? You have spent all that money. It will take you 3 months of being under a good coach. I'm not going to say like me, that a lot of coaches better than me, but I think I'm decent in terms of being able to give you good direction. So it might take you 3 months. Maybe it's only the inner circle club that you're paying for. It's only $10, right? After the 3rd month, now you're going to be clear which direction you're going. Then, if at that point you now need to get your own domain and hosting, you understand why 120 is even cheap at that point, whether that's even what you want. I'm being honest. I made the same mistake I'm trying to tell you guys. When I first started hearing about ChatGPT, that's why the fact that I knew better. I was buying everything. When I go to this room, one room on Clubhouse, somebody will introduce one AI tool, boom, I click and go and buy. Because to me, $27 a month, $10 a month, $49 a month is really not much money. To me, I don't think of it like anything. But before I knew it, I've bought more than 20 AI tools. Some of them I buy annual, because they will tell you, maybe take the one I like to use as example, play.ht. Play.ht, I think it's like $49 or $40 a month. But they say if you do the annual one, it's going to be 580. I don't know what, I can't remember what the monthly price was. So for me to save money, I went and did the annual one, $580. I paid it. I paid Poe. Poe was $19.99 a month, but they allow you to pay for annual. It was like $160 or whatever, and I also paid. But guess what? After 2 weeks, I realized that play.ht is not what I want, because I bought it to be able to clone my own voice. But after trying everything I can, the thing was not sounding like me. I don't know whether it's my fault, because I've seen a lot of people who have used it and it worked for them. So I'm not going to say it's fake, right? And the people who introduce it to me, they're very responsible, respectable people who are using it themselves. So, but for me, it didn't work. But I was not patient. If I just waited about a month, let me just use it for a month, pay that 1 month safe, right? I will have seen that I don't want this thing, and then I'll cancel. Now, I want to cancel it. In fact, I did cancel it, but they told me I can't get my $598 back. because it was an annual price I paid, but I will cancel it from next year June, which is fine. I'm not bitter. It's my fault. They didn't force me to do 1 year. I could have done that 7 days, like you now. You do the 7 days, work with you well. If you still like it after 7 days, then maybe you should then pay. Just be sure that this is what I want. So the same way I'm advising everybody, don't be in a rush. Now, after paying for all those AI software, about 20 of them, and I'm not exaggerating, I know I paid for Po, I paid for Play.ht, I paid for this one that is the consulting of the best one of them all. What is it called now? That all of us are getting. That was like a kind of therapy. My point is that after paying for all of that, then I came across Marketing Blocks. Finally, Marketing Blocks was created by Ifiok and came. Ifiok was my protege. Me and Ifiok launched my first software together in 2016. He was my technical guy working for me on that joint launch that we did. Meanwhile, I found out that Marketing Block has 24 AI tools, there 26 AI tools that is included in the package. And if I don't even have to pay, it's $497. He charges for my own guys. It sells it at $997 a year, which is $97 a month. But I didn't have to pay a dime. Of course, he did it to me for free. He will never take my money. I'm his boss. So he just said, "Oga, well, give me an email to create your account." And he did. And he gave me all the extras that he was charging, $67.97. So I ended up getting almost $1,000 worth for free. Meanwhile, many of the tools that were inside Marketing Blocks, I already paid for them because I was not patient. Wow. So guys, I'm saying this for everybody, not just for chairman now, for every one of you. You're going to be excited about this stuff, but please, please try to discipline yourself a bit. If it's only to hold on for the first 30 days, whatever the tool is, use it. If it allows you to have 30-day free trial. If it is 7-day free trial, use the 7 days. Then decide after that whether you want to keep it or not. Otherwise, you're going to waste a lot of money that you don't need to waste. Okay, I'm glad that you asked that question. So go check out WordPress. You might just decide at the end of the day that WordPress is even better than this, your Pineapple, whatever. Okay, and then you don't have to pay any money, at least for a while. Then as you start making little money, you can then upgrade to premium that will allow you to have your own domain name and all of that stuff. WordPress will even give you a free domain name to start, even though it will not be fully custom. You will have your name plus WordPress in it. But hey, you're a rookie. You just want to start something. After that, you can then upgrade. Okay? All righty. I look forward to seeing you in the group. I'll be sharing the Discord link. I think I already shared it on the WhatsApp group. And I'll also be sharing it here from tomorrow, even for regular guys who just want to join it. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right. Who else wants to go next? By the way, that reminds me, Chairman, you didn't tell me what you are going to be doing going forward. All I had is website. What niche are you doing?
You know, I'm running an NGO that is in 36 states.
Okay,
so
that's true.
I'm the founder of Farmers Home Foundation. So
okay.
I'm into so many things. I'm also a mental health psychologist and all that.
All right.
I told you I'm the lady that told you I was in the round table. I've also told Dr. Akintayo the same thing.
Oh, okay. I remember now. Yeah. I remember. Okay.
I'm going to see in the round table discussing real business.
No problem. We'll be talking then.
I'm building myself towards that. So we have a program, a program that will run in the 36 states. We have so many programs coming up, sir.
No problem.
So,
Good luck.
My happiness is that many of my people are here. They are changed, their lives are changing. They will call me that they are learning a lot. I said, well, if I'm getting it for free, why not?
Abi? Okay, people. All right. Thank you so much, Emma, for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. Who else is out there that wants to share with us? Don't just be a lookout. Be a participant. Raise up your hand if you're on Zoom and you would like to take the microphone. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, people. I see ID, Opok. I see you in the golf course. Do you want to share with us? we are wrapping up the 21 days today, and it's about feedback. What have you learned? What are you picking on? And what is your next focus going forward? Talk to me.
I'm driving back from church. Actually, I don't know if I'm clear, please. Yeah, I'm getting ready to start the books. 1 second, please. Let me unplug this.
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Go ahead. Okay, I think it's having some audio issues out there.
Okay, yes, I'm getting ready to start the books. Like what we spoke about in church today. I just matter of fact, I developed the sermon within 5 minutes, and it became even too big and too much. And it led me into grounds that I was amazed. So I'm going to write a book like, sorry, like you said, every Sunday. So I'm getting all the book and the factors together. I actually wanted to reach out to you to get if your contact, so I don't know if it's going to be available for the business summit, because we have the meeting today to conclude. Other than that, I have the books I'm working on, and I will share in the group, on the WhatsApp group very soon. I just got started with it.
Okay. Awesome. Good to hear from you. Okay, who else wants to share with us, people? Who else wants to share with us? That was ID Upok from Zoom. Okay. Onyacham, I see you on Clubhouse. You want to share? Or are you on the Zoom call? Where are you? Crickets. Okay. Rafi, okay, Rafi spoken. Kirsten, are you there? Kirsten Cable. You can unmute and talk to me. Let's go. This, okay. So who wants to share? Clubhouse, Gist House, Zoom? Come on, talk to me. Come talk to me about what you have learned in the last 21 days. What decisions have you made on how to engage this digital business revolution happening? And what are you doing or going to be doing going forward? This is about implementation, people. It's not just talk, talk, talk. We'll start all of that tomorrow, where we just talk. Everybody can come and talk a fine game. What I've learned in life, what I've realized in life is that once you start asking people to talk about what exactly are they doing to practicalize all the long talk, all of a sudden, everywhere gets silent. It's easy for people to talk theory and talk grammar, but show me what you are doing. Now, all of a sudden, stories. Iris, I see you. I know you are not a talker. You are a doer. Talk to me. What have you learned? What are you going to be doing with this going forward? Go for it. Iris is on Clubhouse. Go for it.
All right. Hello, Dr. Okay. What I'm going to say is, first of all, it has been an amazing 21-day challenge. I have just learned so much, and I really appreciate you taking the time to share with us all of your knowledge, all of your connections with the people that you brought in who showed us firsthand about the software, the people that you brought in who had inside knowledge about AI, as far as the guy from Lakin. It's just been amazing. We've learned so much, and you have been a totally different type of person and the kind of person that I need, because you hold our feet to the fire. You hold us accountable, and you want us to get out of our comfort zone and elevate ourselves to greater heights. And I really do appreciate that quality that you have, okay? But more so than that, I have really learned a lot from this challenge. It has given me a lot of momentum, a lot of clarity, because what I want to do is I want to basically I'll be doing info product publishing, and that would entail online courses in addition to books and ebooks. And so I'm looking forward to completing this course, well, getting the videos completed and getting that up on platforms. And then after that, I will be creating books. So I look forward to sharing my progress with you and everyone else. And I must say again, just thank you. I appreciate you so much, sir.
Awesome.
And, and it's just been, it's been amazing. And I can't wait to create that testimonial today or tomorrow when I create my my business accounts. I am going to do that for sure. So just happy to be here and happy to be a part of this 21-day challenge. Thank
awesome.
You again.
Awesome. The boot camp is what we're ending, and I appreciate you, the fact that you actually here for most of it, if not all. I don't think there's any day I came in and I didn't see you. That to me is somebody who's really ready to take this thing serious, the same way I used to do in all the chats that I go into. Some of us here are too big. Maybe they think they're too big on their own stuff. They don't go, they don't attend. I attend everybody. Even those that I know that what they are saying, I probably could do better, but you learn from everybody. Even the one that you think you know more than, they say a little, and that could change your whole perspective. So thank you so much, Iris. That meant a lot to me. So I've seen you around for so many of those days. Lee, good to see you too. That's my trooper right there.
Good evening, good day.
Okay.
Hi, Dr. Ope.
Yes.
So I spoke a little bit about it yesterday, but you can hear my 2-year-old in the background. But the niche that I've selected is the parenting niche, right? So I have a 17-year-old son, a 16-year-old daughter, a 16-year-old bonus daughter, and a 2-year-old child. So my experience in parenting has been over the last 17 years. I've learned a lot. And so that's why that niche is something that I'm working on. I have a unique perspective with the blended family, which is basically when my husband and I first got together, I had 2 children from a previous relationship and he had 1 daughter from a previous relationship. So that's a whole different side of parenting and family life. That's what they call blended family. Some people call it step family. So that's what my life is, and I know a lot about it. I've had a lot of experience, some good, some hard lessons I've had to learn along the way, but I am grateful for all of the lessons that I've learned. And so my books actually are not specific to blended family. They're more so like, parenting the toddlers, dealing with the meltdowns, parenting your teenagers. What do you do in a digital era? Positive parenting, like things like that. Those are some of the titles that I've worked on. I completed my 8th book yesterday. I will be reaching out to your graphic designer tomorrow to see how that's going to work.
Awesome.
But yeah, I am super excited. Thank you again for all of your time, because that's the most precious asset that we have. It waits for no one. And I appreciate you for bringing in the guest, Professor Amafadan, or Prof. He was amazing, and all of the other special guests that you brought along the way. I appreciate you for sharing your knowledge and your resources with us so freely. And again, that this was a 21-day boot camp that didn't cost us, those that were here live, didn't cost us $1, but we have the potential to make millions from the stuff that we've learned as long as we implement and learn along the way. So again, Dr. Ope, I say from the bottom of my heart, I thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lee. I look forward to you doing great stuff. You, Iris, and the rest of the people who are taking this thing like a serious work. It makes it all worthwhile for me. Again, I repeat, for those who are going to be going to the next level with this, because I'm one of those guys. After spending all these 21 days, I want people to take it to the next level. So, which obviously for me is going to the VIP coaching groups where they'll be focused just on one niche. So of all the stuff that I've taught, I've decided I'm going to just create 6 income streams, because that's the only one I can manage, because each of those streams will involve a live exclusive live course with them every day, every week. Where those in that group, we want to see how far they're going. They have to bring up their assignments. We have to deal with their assignments and help them get to the next level until they start making major money in there. We're going to be having what I call a plan of action for 6 months. This is week month 1. This is what we're going to be achieving with you month 2, month 3, all the way to month 6, which long before then I expect you to have become at the very minimum a $2,000-$3,000 a month income earner from that your niche. So I have 6 of them. I'm going to be sending information out of that out. But again, when it comes out, I want you guys to just pick only one. Okay, the fact that you're going to pay me doesn't interest me. Yeah, it's $997, $1,000 for the 6-month program. But if you pay me twice, yeah, it's money, but it will defeat the purpose. The idea is to actually make you graduate even before that 6 months, where you have your business all built out. You have it making money. So once you establish an income stream, then you can then go sign up for another one if you want to build another income stream. As supposed to be in 2 or 3 because they all excite you. So please, when it comes out, I only want you on 1. Even if you sign up for 2, I'm probably going to have to make you pick 1 anyway, because it helps me. Because each of these niches, you're going to be needing to spend minimum of 1 hour a day. And you have to come for the weekly hangout. It's compulsory. You have to submit your assignment. We have to discuss your assignment. We're not going to have plenty of people in each of them. Maybe 8, 10 in the first set of people. But those are people that I want to be able to, after 6 months or so, to be able to say, yeah, this one has graduated from my VIP coaching class and it's making so much every month. So there's 6 of them. For those who want to be commercial book creators, to me, that is a very viable profession that you can go into on its own. We have one. So there's the streams, I call it the income streams from the bootcamp. There's commercial book creation. There's the info publishing, which is the one I think Iris mentioned. Info publishing is where you're creating courses, like video courses, audio courses outside of books. Book is that number 1. That one is going to be focused on just the book part of it. Of course, you can then be doing other stuff in the back end as you want. My own job is to get you into the $2,000 to $3,000 range in that first 3 to 6 months, focusing just on that. So we have the info publishing. Then the third one is software creation. For those who want to create their own software, want to own their own software, the idea is to work them practically through each step, give them assignment, get reviewed for them until they actually have a working software that is their own. And that is a 3 to 6 months process, actually much earlier. I probably can get it done in 2 months if they are doing the assignments well, okay? Then there is the affiliate marketing niche for those who just want to focus on affiliate marketing, how to get started, where to get started, assignments to get started, their first set of promotions, their second set of promotions until they get independent on this. Then there is the 5th one, social media manager. The social media manager course for those who are managing social media accounts for clients. How are they managing it? What are they doing? This one, I'm not so sure I'm going to include. I would rather have blogging there. I can see blogging being more in the control of the person than the social media management. So I'm going to cross that out. Because social media management is good. You get paid a lot of money doing this. But it requires a lot of experience to market and get the jobs. And that I know from most starters, no matter how excited they think they are, is not easy to get. Not in this day and age. Okay, they will look for your antecedents. What are the kind of results you've had before somebody will pay you good money to manage their social media platform. So it's a lot of work for a rookie. So instead of that, I'd rather have blogging business. For that one, I know we can be in control, money beginning to end of you making money. Sorry, somebody's microphone is out. Rafiu. All right, sorry about that. That was Rafiu's hot mic. So we're going to have affiliate marketing. I talk about that. Then freelancing. Freelancing is also very easy to get into profitable levels in under that 6-month program where you have your, you will have picked your specialty that you want to provide. Out of the 10 or so specialties that we've offered, I typically will make you choose between 3 and 4 maximum of that. And then you build out the business and you build out the income. That one is clear in my head, the 12-week program. It's a 12-week program, even though you have access for 6 months. It's actually 3 months that we're shooting for. Then the slow ones, the slacking ones might drag it up to 6 months, but the average person is a 12-week program for you to go from zero to actually getting to $2,000 a month as the goal. So then blogging business, the same thing, where you're just going to be a straight up blogger, doing your blogging, knowing how to monetize your blog and actually monetizing it. So those are the 6 streams of income I'm creating out of this. And then we're going to send out the paperwork, rather the promotions and stuff for it. And then you get to sign up for one, only one. And then you get your own private group, a VIP group on Discord. I'm already creating a Discord platform where in that place you'll be able to have your own meeting separate. You're going to have your own chat separate. We're going to be able to have our own exclusive meetings each week, separate. Of course, the daily ones for Business360 Success Club, which all of us belong to, we continue to go on Clubhouse, but that one is talk. You know, we talk, everybody carry microphone, 3 minutes, they talk what they feel. That will be more like mindset stuff, where it's going to not be more like most of the other Clubhouse groups, where it is just for people to come and vent or to share the little they know, but nothing over specific, because it's difficult to be specific on an open Clubhouse room. So I'm just sharing that with you guys. I will be sending out the information much later. We're going to take a week off where we're just going to be talking on Clubhouse and Gist House. There will be no live call other than our Saturday hangout, which is for everybody. Okay, that just a recap for those of you who are just joining. Again, each of those streams is going to be $997, $1,000 for the 6-month membership for a 12-week program. So it's a 3-month program itself with just an extra 3 months in case you need to repeat class and all of that stuff. But it has specific deliverables. Okay. All right. Who else wants to share with us or have any questions about those, even though I'm still going to be talking about them as we go here. Okay. Anola, I see you. Anola the Freitas, you want to share with us? I know you just came in. You want to share or you still want to take some time?
Yeah, Anola here. I was just smiling when you called my name. I really didn't expect that. But I want to thank you. I want to thank you for all the information that you shared. You have been really consistent for the last 21 days. I wasn't able to come in on some of the days, but coming into the training, it really inspired me to take action with my books. I've been working on my workbooks because I do bath and body products here in Trinidad and Tobago. And as part of the course, I now have this supplement booklets that I would be offering as an add-on for my students and for persons who want to buy it as a standalone item. So I've gotten so much inspiration and I'm so happy that I don't even remember where I bounced. I think I heard you on Clubhouse. And your energy made me follow you. I pressed, when you were talking about the buy button, that is when I first heard you say, and I added you instantly. So I want to thank you so much for your commitment to seeing through the 21 days. I want to thank you for your passion, because your passion made me say, okay, no, you had to do it. You have to do it. So I am thankful for it. And I'm looking forward to launching my book, publishing it within the next 10 days, because I'm really going into details, because my focus is really single women and single mothers who want to make passive income and to have a business that really supplements their income to empower not only their families, but their communities. So it's taken a little work, but it's getting there very well. So thank you so much again.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I look forward to working with you. I look forward to working with you at the next level. Yeah. Be sure to sign up for one of those streams. Thank you so much. Let me know what.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're going to share it with us. You have to.
I will. All Thanks right, again.
All right. Thank you, Anola. By the way, I keep reminding every one of you, I do need that video testimonial. You can't be my friend if you don't give me my testimonial video. Now I'm going to blackmail everybody now. Okay, if I spend 21 days and you can't even give me a 3 to 5 minute testimonial video, then you're not my friend. You're a taker. You have to give me something back. I'm speaking to everybody now. I'm not saying it, and I don't know what I've done wrong. Why you're not giving me my testimonial? Anola, where's my video? Let me stress you small. Huh?
The video is coming soon. Just where am I sending the video to? No, I'm going to do a video for you because videos are my thing. So where am I going to send? Because I want to do a video that allows people to see the finished product of me being exposed to your training. So I don't want it to just be my words. I want it to be the result of what I learned and what I actually did because of you.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, once you've done it, my recommended format is that for you to post it yourself on any media, Facebook or TikTok, your own, and then send me the link. You just tag me there. Okay. So that way.
Okay, do I tag it to your your Facebook account, or?
No, you know how to do Facebook, right? Sorry, YouTube, right?
So I am on YouTube, yes.
Okay, so yeah, you just post the video on YouTube, and then where I ask for tags, you just put Ope Banwo, you put Business360 training. Those 2 tags is enough. So once you save it.
So put Business 360 training. Could you repeat the first one for me? I didn't get that one.
Okay. The first name is my name, Ope Banwo, OPEBAN Banwo. Yes, Dr. Ope Banwo. Okay. Right. And then Business 360 Club.
Business 360 Club. Okay, most definitely. So you can look forward to seeing it. I will send it. I'll do it.
Right, so once you've done, just send me the link, and then we will then put it on. Because it helps me to.
It does.
Yeah, you understand that. So
I totally understand, because me telling other people about it and them seeing the result, they'll be like, yes, you actually have that social print. So I do understand the value of giving feedback.
All right, 100%. So thank you so much. I know you will do it.
You're welcome. Thank
everybody
you.
Else, everybody else has promised me, but nobody has sent yet. I'm looking at all of them, but it's okay. All right, who else wants to share? Shara, go for it. Shara is on Clubhouse. Go for
it. Good evening, everyone. Dr. Peck, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Just like I do say anytime I come up to talk, after this 21 days boot camp, for me, it's not even the 21 days. For me, it is what happens after the 21 days.
Exactly.
Somebody that it is very hard for you to get into our mind. And I say to myself, how come Dr. Ope was able to pierce through? You know, I see myself raising my YouTube channel. You know, I had to ask my daughter, please, can you just, so she told me, Mom, I have one that is not active, take it. And she was surprised. She said, Mommy, you want a YouTube channel? So I told her, I said, God has just directed me to somebody that could break what even my parents could not. You know, everybody has their part in life. Mine is a unique one, which I treasure so much. So, sir, I thank you. What are the things I'm going to do with what I've learned? Sir, one thing I just know is that it's a life-changing moment for me. This is going to change my life totally. I'm not promising anybody, I'm promising myself.
100%.
I know this is going to change my life. And I'm just like, so I'm like a fish in a pond now, and a whole lot of things is going to work out for me in a good way. It's just for me. And one thing I love about myself is that when I put my mind into something, I even outrun myself. I surprise myself. So I know it's going to be a wow moment for me. And I say thank you so much. Thank you that you've been able to be in my core memory. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. And that's probably what I'm going to do immediately, because I'm a motivational speaker. The tools that you've given me is going to make me, reach more people, because it's just a natural gift for me. So it's going to make me reach more people and be able to, maybe take like a cue, know what's going on in people's mind, then use ChatGPT to give me more insight on what I could, say, just like God has used you in my own life. I think it was day 5, I was saying to myself, but you are a believer. Is this even in line with the ways of God? Then I was surprised when you said you were a pastor. So I said, hey, everything you're looking for is in him. Yes, this is a pastor talking. So what would you say if a pastor can do this? So you don't even. So I just say thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Just like the last speaker, she said she doesn't want to make the video except she has something to show for it. Now I'm telling you, sir, you will be wowed at how my future is going to be. Thank you so very much, sir. Thank you.
Awesome. I appreciate you. I value you more. You also actually were a little bit of a reflection for me. You know, even though I keep joking about it, but you spoke the fact the very first day you came in here, those of you remember, she's like, well, am I sure I really want to learn from this guy? He sounds very, very patient and whatever. And that also helped me, by the way, because I'm always remembering that, even though I'm always teasing you, but I do remember that, yes, sometimes people may not even remember what you said, but they will remember how you made them feel. So I had to slow it down, because sometimes I could come very aggressive, because that's me. And that's how I've been able to build a lot of successful proteges, because a lot of people don't want to take action. Somebody's got to kick somebody. But I also realize that you can't force anybody to take action if they don't. So maybe slow it down. So I appreciate you for being a little bit of my conscience here. But I'm amazed what you just said about the Christian thing. Not amazed, but that is very common for a lot of pastors, a lot of Christians. They're really worried about this ChatGPT thing. And also there's a lot of rumors, there's a lot of ignorance stuff going on. Just so you know, not only am I a pastor, I've started 3 churches. The first Redeemed Church in my state, here in Nebraska, I started it. It's still the biggest African church right here in this city. I started it. I started us on the rock in the same city. And the very first 100% internet church that does everything every church does online. I started it. It's called the Cyber Embassy, where we do everything online. The worship, evangelism, discipleship, everything, including, I was one of the first to do communion online. I was called a heretic. I'm talking just before COVID. Nobody knew that COVID was going to come and change everybody's perspective. When I say, why can't we do communion online? What exactly is wrong with it? Holy Spirit can flow from anywhere, can flow from the air. So we ate Holy Communion online. A lot of pastors, they called me out. They said, I'm spreading heresy. Now, of course, naming ceremonies. I was a specialist in that. I would do naming ceremony online. I would do marriage online. I have not done that, but I've done naming ceremony and I've done Holy Communion, and we've done even baptism. We are doing it online. People are like, what is this man doing? But COVID came and scattered the whole thing for everybody. Now the same pastors who used to call me a heretic and all that, they were now paid me money. This will shock you, but let me be honest. I have charged some pastors $500 just to help them create their Zoom account. That's how ignorant they were. I charged $500 to create their Zoom account for them and create a backdrop on green screen that will have the picture of their church and all that. That was during the time of COVID. Now everybody is panicking. Churches are not open. Is your church going to die, or are you going to figure out how to begin to do proper church online? So my point is, God ended up using that to bless. I'm not going to say I know about COVID in advance. No, I didn't. But 2019 is when I started going all over the place saying that we can do church online. Everybody is online. Church online is not just playing the sermon of your pastor. I'm talking about your evangelism team actually working online, evangelizing online in the places where people need Christ are. I'm talking about discipleship, where you train your church workers online and you give them certificates. They use all these tools to take exam and all that. I talk about fellowship, where instead of meeting in each other's house, Cyber Embassy was the first where you actually create your cell group on WhatsApp, and you guys meet there every week. And from there, you can decide that you want to go to Zoom and do a live house fellowship instead of going to each other's house, things like that. That's when I published the digital church blueprint. I probably will send you that. I published that book, and I didn't know what God was going to do with it. I published it like November 2019. It's not like it did well. I was still facing a lot of roadblock on pastors who says, How can you do this? How can you say this is a Holy Spirit can go for Holy Communion? Where is the personal touch? Blah, blah, blah. Then when COVID came, that became the #1 seller for 3 months in a row from February 2020 to July. I was selling hundreds every week of that book, Digital Church Blueprints, on my own site. So because now everybody wants to know how to do 100% church. Why am I saying all of that? The same thing is happening with this AI thing. That's why I've written a book in advance now called, I told you yesterday that one of the series of books, commercial books I wrote, is called Encounters with the ChatGPT. Encounters with ChatGPT. They are not live on the site yet, but I have the domain, encounterswithchatgpt.com. I wanted to write 10 books, but I've written 5. So I'm just going to go live with 5 now, where the book is about answering every question several industries would like to know about ChatGPT and AI. And I use AI to write the book. So I ask AI questions. He answers it for me. Then I did it in a way that is beautiful. The first one I did is actually the one I'm going to send to you, Shara, for not just for yourself. I think you're already getting converted. For those who may ask you questions, I will send you that. It's called The Pastor Meets ChatGPT. And the format simply was the pastor who's heard about this ChatGPT thing and artificial intelligence, and is worried that it's going to affect their faith, is worried that people may not come to church anymore, or maybe antichrist thing, blah, blah, blah. Then he decided he was going to go look for this ChatGPT to ask it questions. And then in the book, the chapter 2 of the book, he went in the search. I described this dramatic search where I was looking for ChatGPT. Finally, he found ChatGPT in one laboratory somewhere in Peru or somewhere. And then they started having a conversation. So what I did was, in that book, I made ChatGPT explain to that pastor 100 questions that every Christian will have about artificial intelligence. On the spiritual side, is it going to affect spiritual growth? Is it the Antichrist? Is it that? How can we use it for evangelism? Different ways we can use it for evangelism, different ways we can use it for discipleship, different ways we can use it to raise money for the church. Everything that anybody can think of as far as AI and artificial intelligence is concerned, I put it in a book. And I see it as being one of my best-selling books too when this thing starts to settle. It's called The Pastor Meets ChatGPT. I've done the same thing for marketers. So that reminds me about my present. So that will be your own present. Your special gift for attending this. Shara, you're going to get the book, the first copy of the book, Encounters with ChatGPT, the one on Pastor. The Pastor Meets ChatGPT to strengthen your faith in this thing. Seriously, I've not given the book to anybody. I finished it like a month ago.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right, you're going to get it?
Thank you.
Yes.
Sir, I have one, sorry to cut you in.
Yeah.
Is it possible, because I already have on the company, we use GoDaddy, and we already have a domain. Is it possible if I want to create a web, the company website, to merge it with the GoDaddy domain? Is it possible?
Yes, now if you want to build a web domain is something you build a website on, right? So if you want to build your company website, yeah, you can build it on the domain. Yeah, I use GoDaddy for all my own domains, by the way. I use GoDaddy.
Okay.
Yeah, so GoDaddy is a good place. All right, and I was talking about Iris, talking about gifts. Before I go, Iris, I think I'm going to be giving you the first book on the marketer, Miss ChatGPT. That in that place, I talk about different ways a marketer can exploit ChatGPT and artificial intelligence. So 50 questions every marketer wants to know about ChatGPT. It's amazing what ChatGPT brought out for me. And I myself, I was learning, reading my own book. It was awesome. So I'm going to give you a copy of that. Again, you're going to get the first copy. I wish I could co-sign it for you, because I've not given that book to anybody, yourself and Lee, because you're in the marketing side already. So Lee Golden and Iris, I'm going to be giving you a special copy, the first copy rather, of these books before I make them public, as my appreciation for you guys for being part of this. Ailey doesn't need anything, even though I see Ailey here. Ailey, which one do you want?
Thank you, Dr. Ope.
All right, thank you, Lee. Remind me, please, to get it to you.
Thank you so much.
All righty. Ailey, how you doing?
I'm fine, sir.
All right. What are you sharing with us? What have you learned? What are you? Where are you going with this? What is your next resolution moving forward with this?
Okay. What is my next resolution? Well, currently I'm just building a funnel. That's because my laptop only came back yesterday. So currently I'm just working on a funnel and email marketing sequence. So I'm just doing that. And I'm also kind of like, I don't want to. So one thing is I kind of like offer some mini courses, like whereby I show people how to do it. So I'm just kind of fine tuning few things which I have written in the past. So I'm just fine tuning it so people can easily understand, what is the fee that I charge them. So that's just all I'm doing as at the moment.
Awesome. No, that's a lot. Now, this Gmail thing, tell me about it. I've been hearing about this marketing with Gmail. I even got this Gumroad or whatever they call it. How does that work? Is that what you are talking about?
No, if you no, that's not the one. I think the one you must have talked about now must be from Noel. Am I correct? When you say Gumroad, am I correct?
It actually wasn't from Noel. I actually saw it in AppSumo, where, for instance, you can use Gmail as your autoresponder now, as opposed to getting an Aweber or any of those other ones. I thought it was interesting where you can then, because the deliverability of Gmail is much better than any of those autoresponders. So they have a tool now that can help you to convert your Gmail account into an autoresponder where you can import all your mailing lists and you can send mails every day, just like you do with an autoresponder. So that's what you are talking about.
Yeah, I think I came across that as well, but I decided not to venture into it. I just ran away not to know much about it, because then my head is gonna be shaking.
Good one. I love that. You don't want to overfill your head because you get confused. Follow one first. I like that. That's how I am too. These days, there's some places when they start talking about some stuff, I just leave because that's more work for me to worry about. All right. I look forward to seeing. I was explaining before you came in that we are going to be migrating most of the Business 360 Club to Discord, because Discord allows us to have different sections so that I don't have to keep jumping from one to the other. So we will have the free Business 360 Success Club itself for the members. They will have limited access. Then the inner circle will have their own special access. Then we have the group coaching streams, the 6 of them that I want to start to nurture now, where we have a full group coaching there for the members. So I look forward to seeing you there. I expect you to be a big player for me there as one of our administrators in that group and all that. So we will be yourself, Iris, and Lee, everybody. We need. Oh, Ifyok is here. My boss. You're my boss now, Ifyok. Yeah, so when a protege has become a boss, in our Yoruba language, as a Yoruba man, you are not Yoruba, but you know Nigeria. We have a proverb. Every tribe has a proverb that they said, when what is the name of this animal now? When the bush rat, when it's now old, he will start drinking the breast milk of his children. That's the best way to pronounce. When you grow to become daddy, then you start eating from the plate of your children. So I don't be daddy now. Now your plate, I want to the chop now, Ifyok. Good to see you here today, man. Okay, guys, while we are waiting for Ifyok, go ahead. You want to share something with us? Go for it.
Okay, not really sharing, but I want to talk about something I just shared on my social media platform. It's about the business idea that is still related to book writing, but with different perspectives.
Okay, great.
Now it's about book summaries. Book summaries.
Okay.
Now, a million new book titles are released in the US alone every year. But most people, they don't really have the time to sit down and read these books. But they know that there is a lot of information and knowledge in these books, but there's no time for them to read. So this is where you come in. You can actually set up a book summary business. You target companies, target professionals and individuals that are looking for personal development. So what you do is that first thing you choose a niche. I always like to niche down in any business I'm doing. You choose a niche and then you go to marketing blogs or ChatGPT and ask AI to list 52 books that are relevant to that niche. And AI will list all the 52 books that are relevant to that niche. And then you pick each of the books and ask AI to write a summary for each of the books. And for each summary should include the key points, practical applications, and major takeaways from that book. And AI is going to write a summary. Then what you do, you can now use marketing blogs to convert it to audio or convert it to video, then create a membership site and upload all of them inside. Sell it maybe $10 per summary or sell a monthly subscription for unlimited access and then sell it. So that's one business idea that I shared with my...
Whoa, I wanted to go by it again so that those who are making notes, like me, you know, I'm making notes as I talk.
Okay, so it's simple.
Say, yeah.
Ask AI, pick a niche. That's step one. Step two, ask AI, maybe ChatGPT or marketing blogs, list 52 books that are relevant to this niche. AI is going to list all the top 53 books in this niche. And then you ask AI to summarize each of the books, including key points, practical applications, and major takeaways for each of the books. And then you upload them on your membership site. Set up a membership site. It's easy. Gumroad, you can set up a membership site using Gumroad in 5 minutes, and it's free.
When you say Gumroad, this Gumroad, I keep hearing this word. What is this Gumroad?
It's a platform where you can set up a membership site. You can sell digital products, physical products, digital products, membership sites.
Interesting.
It's free. And they take a commission and they help you with everything, including payment processing.
Is it gumroads.com or what?
Yes, Gumroad, yes.
Gumroad.com, okay. Everywhere I turn, I see the thing. It is from there I also heard about turning Gmail to an autoresponder. Have you heard about that? Where they use a Gmail as an autoresponder now. Did you hear? I was talking to earlier about that.
Yes, it's possible.
Wow.
Yeah, business shit.
Wow. That is crazy. Okay, but I think it's a great idea, guys. So I wanted to explain the process again. Sorry, when I have to hear it 3 times for my head to work. Go ahead.
Okay, so you pick a niche and ask ChatGPT to list 52 books that are relevant to that niche, or the best 52 books in that niche. Why I use 52 is so that you can drop feed 1 book a week to your audience.
Okay.
So ChatGPT will list 52 books that is recommended for anybody that wants to be successful in that niche to read. Then you now ask ChatGPT to summarize each of the books, each of them into 1 page.
1 page, wow.
Yes, into 1 page, including the key points, practical applications, and major takeaway in that book. That way, busy executives, professionals, and people that don't have time to read the book, they will pay you for the summaries.
Say it again. You said key points. 3 things we are saying: the key points,
practical applications, and major takeaways.
Okay. Wow.
And then upload this into your membership site. Blinklist is actually a platform that sells book summaries, and they are currently valued at $1.5 billion.
What do you call the site?
Blinklist. Blink.
Okay, yes, I think I used to subscribe to Blinklist at one point, where they send you summary of a book or something, right?
Yes, send me summary of a book, yes.
Okay, so basically it's like competing with Blinklist. Blinklist is in trouble in the air.
Yes, well, you may not be able to compete with them because they're very big, so that's why it's better to niche down. niche down, pick a niche.
Okay, so basically pick a niche, and then you are dealing okay, makes sense. So for instance, if somebody is in personal development, you can just have a book summary for personal development and all of that stuff and work on that. Interesting. Guys, you heard him, and it's a great business to do with marketing blocks, because everything you need to do it is inside marketing blocks. See now? That, by the way, if you're it's a webinar you can put together again to sell marketing blocks. Okay, I think it's a great idea. That's why I'm making you repeat it. I'm going to turn it to a webinar for you. Me, I want to sell this marketing blog. Well, since you know, give me partnership. Let me go and make good money. Help you to sell it. I think I'm going to come and you increase my affiliate income. I will be selling this thing for you in bulk. How about that?
Awesome.
I like it, because this alone by itself is a good webinar, to a good business to teach people. Just now have to go deeper into doing it as a business, which I know I can do. For instance, how to set up the funnel for it, how to market that particular product. But guys, it's something any one of you can do. It makes 100% sense. Like you rightly said, very simple idea. Because with ChatGPT or these machine learning softwares like marketing blocks now, there's practically nothing you want to do that you can't do. You just need the idea. It's only the idea now. Because with this one, Noel, good to see you.
You too, sir.
Big boy Noel is in the house. Come on now. Somebody give him a fire emoji. Come on now. Yes, for those of you who are on Zoom, I'm just welcoming one of our boys on Clubhouse. Interesting idea. You know, I love it. You know, and it's so easy to do. You ask ChatGPT the question, what are the best books in this area? It gives it to you. Now, the question though is that, does ChatGPT or any of those machine learning stuff, like the one you are using in marketing blogs, do they have access to the full content of the books itself? That's the problem. Do they have the access?
As long as it's a top book, yes, they have access.
Wow, I see. So maybe that is part of this Google book. You know, they had this book project that got frustrated at some point years ago, right?
Yes.
Where they got all the books in the interesting.
And every popular book is available in the dark web. So OpenAI got on data everywhere, as long as it's correct.
Oh, OpenAI also got data from dark web.
Everywhere. Everywhere. If you try it, you can try it. You can log into ChatGPT and ask it to, but it should be a popular book.
Yes, of course. Who wants to read a book that is not popular? Amazing. I love that. And then you make it, I think the way we even work better, guys, if you plan to do this, you make it a membership club as opposed to trying to sell it individually. Maybe they pay you because recurrent income is always better. So maybe they can buy a book summary. Maybe that one can be just $2 or $1, right? But as a group member, as a club member, they have access to all the books there, and you can make it like something like $29 a month, $49 a month, $19 a month. It's just that now you have to keep increasing, adding new books every month. Maybe each month you add 10 new books. This costs you nothing because ChatGPT is going to be giving it to you anyway. It's just the time for you to go to marketing blogs, ask it the question, then get it to give you the summary, the key points, the practical applications, and major takeaways of the book. Someone like me will be interested in that. I don't want to read the whole thing. I just want to, and then there'll be a link for them if they want to read the whole book, right? That's the way I would structure it. So if they then want to read, they can then click a link and then they go buy the whole full book from the owner of the book straight up.
With the affiliate link on Amazon.
Exactly. That goes to that saying now. Abi? So I think, guys, what do you think about that? Let's interrogate this idea a little bit. What do you guys think? Come on now.
Can you repeat that, please?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
I was trying to understand the strategy.
Okay.
What that's considered.
Oh yeah, if you explain it again, let me make you explain it again. Yeah, go ahead. I get it, but let the man who got the idea, let him say it again. If you're there.
I was muted. Okay, so the idea is basically about around book summary business. Right now, every year, more than 1 million book titles are introduced in the US every year. Most people know that they're supposed to read books for personal development, especially with Bill Gates saying he reads 50 books every year. Successful leader success to don't have the time to read books. This is where you come in with your book summary business, target markets, companies looking to keep their teams updated, professionals who want to update their knowledge, and also individuals that are looking for personal development. So it's more like a 3-step process. So step 1, you go to ChatGPT, either directly or through marketing blogs, and ask for the top 52 books in your niche. So you choose the niche and then ask AI to list the top 52 books in that niche. I use 52 because of 52 weeks so that you can drop feed them 1 book every week to your customers. Then step 2, you now ask ChatGPT to summarize each of the books and include key points, practical applications, and major takeaways. You can as well take it a step further to turn it into audio summaries. And then you create a membership site using Gumroad and upload those book summaries and then sell. Use social media partnership and influencer marketing to sell and get people to either pay you one-time fee for each of the summaries or pay you a monthly subscription for full access to all the book summaries. So a typical example of a platform that is doing well with this idea is Blinklist, which is currently valued at about $1.5 billion. It was an idea I shared today on my social media platform. So when I came in, Dr. asked what's going on, and I decided to share with the house.
What do you think?
I think that's an effective strategy. The market would have to be targeted though, because there are some people that are not as passionate, even as beneficial as it is. There are some people that aren't as passionate about self-help, but there are many that are, right? So I think the marketing strategy would have to be targeted, so just following an effective, the sequence in terms of the marketing strategy. So traffic generation, targeted advertising, content marketing. Make sure your SEO is tied to words like self-help. Someone speaking.
Sorry, I think somebody has a hot mic. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. TF appointments. Just go through your cadence of marketing strategies in sequence. To directly target that niche and find out the things. So even within self-help, there are, I think, several niches. Some people are within the spirituality or faith niche of self-help. And then some people are into like maybe passive income side hustles, right? So you want to be very specific in targeting your niche and addressing the pain points or needs of the people within that niche. So, and that's something that I'm continuously learning myself. But I think all in all, it's a very effective strategy that people in that niche would appreciate.
Interesting. Yes, yes. I know. I know if I'm actually going to do this, I'm actually going to go after Blinklist. I'm not going to. Why will I do one small niche? Just hire a couple of guys and let them just keep creating this stuff. You look at what Blinklist is doing, and just do the small version guide, maybe for the African market or for the clinical market. I would rather limit the market, but have more, or rather that's another version. Instead of just focusing on one, let's say personal development, which is big enough, by the way, there are thousands and thousands of books on there, so you actually can sustain that for a long time. Where now people do by subscription. Oh, here comes Lekon. Where have you been, my man? I've been missing you for days. What's going on? Sorry, guys, those of you on Zoom, we are some powers guys just came in my room now, so I got to shout. I also see young blood sneaking, or did he sneak out again? I saw a flash. Stefan, I think I saw him coming here. Anyway, Karen, good to see you guys, man. Thank you so much for coming in. Lekon and everybody else. So what we're doing, guys, just as a quick recap for those just joining in, today is the last day of the 21 days ChatGPT monetization bootcamp that I started on the 5th of June as part of what I call my own introduction into the AI revolution space, more or less trying to sensitize as many people as possible as I can into the business, because I find it very, very surprising that it took me 7 months to take this thing serious. The thing started in November. I didn't pay any attention until April. That's how many months now? That's about 6 months. And I felt that a lot more people needed to be more aware of this. So I set myself, I'm going to spend 2 months, April, May, 2 months, and then learn everything I can, spend 8 hours a day, take notes, take action, do the best I can to know as much as I can about this business. I shut down everything else. I shut down my coaching program. I didn't shut down my law practice. I just refused to go. Told my lawyers to take it over from there. Luckily, they've been doing a great job before anyway, so they really don't need me. We have 20 staff and 6 lawyers, so they can do the job well. But I shut down everything, including my product launches, which is really my bread and butter, my software products. Shut everything down for 2 months, spend 8 hours a day on the average, if not more. Going to go look for the Karins of this world, the Karen Mills of this world, Lekon. Everywhere I see people sharing great knowledge, I go there and I spend a good number of hours. So when that was done, which is the end of May, I said, well, June, I'm now going out there and doing business with this stuff. But before I start, I need to have a 21-day a boot camp where I share the little I know in the couple of months that I've been learning. So my very first book, called ChatGPT Business Gold Mines, I decided to do a 21-day boot camp around it, because in that book, I actually researched and wrote about 20 different businesses everybody can go into with zero investment, literally. And then we then turned that into a 21-day boot camp as a way of creating masterclass on each of those books. So it's really not so altruistic, but the idea is I want to do a masterclass on each of those businesses, because my market that I could focus on, a lot of them are interested in learning what businesses can they do for themselves. And I realized I could create a 4 or 5 hour masterclass on each of those business opportunities. And the best way to do it is to do it as a live event where you have a audience. So that way you can use that to do the Q&A side of it. And that's what we have done. I ended up doing, I think, maybe 12 businesses in all. And then, of course, got Lekon also coming for one day, got David and got several people, got a professor, got Ifiok to come and teach on different areas. So what we are doing today is to wrap up. For those of you just joining, is that we're celebrating the end of the 21 days, and we're getting the feedback from everybody. What have they learned? What are they going to be doing next? Because it was a sensitization program. Hopefully, somebody will have learned one thing or the other that they can then take to the next level for themselves. It's a free program. It's been, the whole 21 days was free, which sounded crazy to a lot of people, but I thank God we're able to do it 4 or 5 hours a day for 20 days. I mean, when I started, it's like, we can't do it, but we just finished. So that's just a recap for everybody coming in, and we've been getting testimonials. We are live on Clubhouse, we are live on Gist House, and we are live on Zoom right now, which is how we have been doing it for the whole 20 days. And then from tomorrow, obviously, we're going to devolve back to the Business360 Success Club, where we're going to continue to then have the normal rooms, having different topics and inviting people to come in and enjoy. So that's it. Ifiok has just shared with us a great idea about running a Blinkist kind of rip-off, I would say rip-off, a Blinkist kind of idea where you use ChatGPT to create a book summary club where you basically pick a niche like personal development and then get ChatGPT to give you the 52 best-selling books in that niche, and then tell you to summarize each of those books into one-page summaries, summarizing the key points, the practical applications, and the major takeaway from each book, and then turn around and sell that either as a community membership or where people actually buy each of those summarized books for a small amount. So he just shared that with us this morning, and we thought it was great. So that's where we are, right? Now the mic is open. Everybody can go. Lekon, go for it.
So I like the idea. I think maybe a power move on top of that would be to first ask ChatGPT, maybe use the plugin with the Bing browser and ask it to go to Blinkist and look up the categories or types of books that are missing. Then cross-reference that with a list of the most popular books folks are looking for and trying to buy on other sites, maybe, use Amazon, and then figure out if you can get summaries to those categories. Because to me, my mental model would be, if Blinkist is that big, how do you get them to buy you, right? You may never have it to get it to happen, but if that's your goal, then you basically try to find the places that they're bad, but people are looking for. So really niching into those categories that they're weak in. They might just copy you, or you might just build a good following enough where it's just cheaper and easier to buy you.
Ninja, I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay, I see. Now the brains they've come in a whole different direction. If you did get that, what he's saying is that one can even do this looking at an exit strategy that might even involve baiting Blinkist more or less. You look at where they are weak, instead of competing against them, because they are the big boys in the market, they've got a lot of funding coming their way and they more or less have dominated. But what if you go look for their weaknesses, then build your own premise on where they are weak, almost like trying to create an African database for apps like Facebook or Clubhouse. In other words, you create where they are weak, and then make that a membership like them, do your thing, and then ultimately, based on the database you're able to build, then become attractive to a platform like Blinkist. I think that is genius. Spoken like a real product manager. What do you think of that, Ifyok?
It's amazing. It's always better if you can actually start with the end in mind.
Yep. Right, you going? Awesome, guys.
We are used to focusing on the revenue from the one.
Yes, now.
But we have to unlearn that.
We're Africa. We're Africa. We all got too much. So we all got too much. We need the money like now, like today. Who has the money to run for 10 years before I can make money? But it's a great idea. I love it. Okay, we have somebody on Zoom. Who's that? Go ahead. Gideon, was that you? Gideon, was that you? Go ahead. But it'll be hard for you to capture Blinkist too if you can't even get a clear internet. You get problem. Gideon, are you live or is that an open mic? Okay, we got to hear you.
I am on.
Okay, talk to me. What's going on? Sure.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
We can hear you, Gideon. Go ahead.
All right. So I have been listening to you from the beginning of this today's program. Honestly, you are a database. You are a database of wisdom. You are. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you, but my bosses are here. Lekon and Co are here. Don't say
Okay,
that.
okay.
Karin
You
is
are,
here.
you are a database of wisdom, honestly. Because why did I say that? Whenever you talk, you don't, there is no break. You are always talking until somebody stop you. You are always talking. I begin to ask myself, how can I develop this kind of skill? How can I develop this kind of skill? So I wish God can give me this kind of skill to have an endowment where somebody will be talking for like 2 hours with non-stop. So
that's not a good thing. That's not a
please,
good thing.
Yeah.
I think that's a good skill.
So, sir.
Yes, go ahead. Just
yeah. Let me make you my mentor, sir. Please. I'm going to make you my mentor, sir. I will add you to my books, and all the books I will be writing from now on. You are going to be my mentor.
That's okay. I'm flattered as long as you are making money. No problem at all. I'm glad that you came to this.
I will, sir. I will. And the only challenge I was having as of yesterday was how to format my book to be an Amazon Kindle readable ebook. But since you have taught me how to format the book to become Amazon Kindle readable book, by the grace of God, I've been able to do that. And
awesome.
A draft to ebook and other websites, I've been able to do that. By the grace of God, before the end of this new week, I'll be able to drop all the ebooks on those websites, and I will start selling them soon.
Awesome. You know, Saturday is our show and tell day. So come on show and tell day and come and show us. Every Saturday,
yes, sir.
The Business 360 Success Club, we are going to be having our show and tell Saturday, which is basically the accountability day. Come and show us what you are doing. How is it working? What is working? What is not working? So that we can all put mouth, because people like Lekon, Karin and Co will be in the house, and they can always share their wisdom with you. Eli, Noel, there's so many knowledgeable people on this app that are willing to just share without looking for anything. So if you come on Saturday to come and share, I'm sure they'll be here to guide you. Thank you so much for being part of the event. Okay.
All right, sir. All right, sir. Grateful, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Who else wants to share, wants to go? We are doing popcorn now. Okay, so go for it. Karin, you want to share with us?
I can go now.
All right, go ahead, Noel.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to share some of the new things that I've been learning recently, actually over the past couple of hours. Right. As you know, I'm growing and developing my acumen in other areas, including specifically in marketing, because I've realized that now that it's probably the most important part of a business. And marketing to me is about how you are connecting with that target audience and building a relationship with your customers, a genuine relationship, right? Because it's through genuine relationships that people trust you. It was an eye-opener for me at the beginning of this year when I wrote a book, okay, that I thought would directly address a specific problem for the audience within, within the ChatGPT for Beginners Club. Okay, people kept coming up to the stage asking the same question. And I started asking myself, why are people asking a question that has already been asked more than 3 or 4 times, right? And I said, okay, you know what? Maybe people just need it in a different form, the answer in a different form, right? So I ended up writing a book to answer the question, right? And when I opened up the room title had nothing to do with the book, okay? It started off with 5 people and ended up growing to 50,000 people within 1 month, right? And the reason for that, okay, was not had nothing to do with the book. It was really the title suggested how to, right? So it was offering value, a how to, right? And then make money, which all of us need, okay? Which is a pain point for everyone, no matter how much you're making, right? It's an opportunity for everyone, right? To make money using ChatGPT, right? So I had a couple calls this week, and those phone calls really brought me back to the basics, right? Giving value and exchanging that for a relationship, right? Not necessarily maybe prioritizing what you're trying to sell, but doing what Dr. Ope is doing here, which is building a relationship and building a community, right? In most cases, I always laugh with Dr. Ope about this, the book that I sold. The books that I sold, maybe maybe I can count the number of people that actually read them from cover to cover on my hand. Okay, most of the people, they really purchased because of the relationship and the value that I gave them, and they wanted to reciprocate that value back towards me, right? So here are some tools that I think that might be useful for you as you're developing your business. So Facebook has a site called the Campaign Guidance Navigator. Okay, it's called Campaign Guidance Navigator, right? It really helps you build like business outcome and data insights, right? It tells you how to structure your ads in the most effective way possible. And I think it even goes into some SEO as well. So I think you definitely want to check that out. There are a lot of other new AI tools that are popping up now, but there are also websites that are also solving specific problems beyond AI, right? So I want you to take a look at these sites and see if they will add value to your business, right? Some of them are craft mail, so craftmailai.com, right?
Can you spell it? Or help us put it in the chat so that we can get it.
Oh, that's a good point. Yes, sir. So it's craftmail AI dot splitting. It's correcting it. I don't want to correct it. .com. Craftmailai .com. Okay. Right. And then the next one is PHAI. And these are so new that I'm still exploring them myself. These came out not too long ago. Phi STATT. STTA BOT. So STTA BOT. And then there is so Genius Mind. So I like Genius Mind because it's really good for handling small business contents, right? So on your Instagram and stuff. So you have cohesive.so, which I'll put in the chat. We'll write you a full blog article, right? But one thing I like about cohesive, right? If your blog article is like 1,500 words, it's really good for that, in my opinion. Or if you just have an idea or like a specific value that you can add, but you don't really have like all the paragraph or the thing that will go into that blog article, right? You can just go into ChatGPT, put in that value, ask for the outline, and then paste it into cohesive if you'd like. Or if you just have the title, you can skip that step and just put in the title into cohesive.so. And I'll put that in the chat as well. But geniusmind.ai takes it a little bit further, right? And it looks at every single thing you will need, right? Every single piece of copy that you could use to set up your marketing strategy, right? So it doesn't just limit it to blog titles and blog sections and blog conclusions, but it'll also set up follow-up emails, right? Amazon product we've used, for instance. It pretty much goes full scale with small business content. So that's Genius Mind. I'm typing it in here. Let's see. Geniusmind.ai.
Are you sure that, or is it my side? I'm trying to log in, or is my, looks like my internet is out or something. Are you guys getting the website correct? Geniusmind.ai?
Yes. Geniusmind. I can check again.
Yeah, please check. Let me be sure it's not me.
It's down? Yes, temporarily. Temporarily down. I know the website.
Okay. Geniusmind.
I didn't know that.
But it should be temporary. Maybe to come back up later.
Okay.
100%. Okay, guys, I hope you are making your notes, but remember what I keep telling you guys. Okay, are you done? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I think my connection froze a bit.
Okay. Yeah, guys, you should check this thing out. Like Dalton Thomas, you must check it out. Then after that, remember what I said, remain focused on where you're going. It is so easy to get overwhelmed. There's so many AI tools popping up every day. And for me, I check it just like you saw me just now. As soon as you mentioned it, I always go there, take a look. I like that one about the craftmail AI.com. I really like that because it actually separates the emails into different categories and it gets it done. But guess what? Many other tools out there can do this. That's why I'm so bullish on marketingblocks.ai now. It just happened to be coincidence that the person who owns it is my friend, my boy, and my former partner. In fact, my current partner, I say former. We still own some assets together. It just happened to be him. Okay, but trust me, guys, you want to check out this marketingblocks.ai also as you check, because many of these tools that you hear about, they're already included in that one. So it's like Poe, for instance, that has several of those AI tools in there. Marketing Blocks has 26 AI tools in it that is part of that one package. So sometimes before I even opened it, I was sharing earlier that Ifyox a tool which basically I can get for free anytime I want, which I actually did get for free, the biggest version it will give me. I was not paying attention, even though the tool has been there for 2 years. I know about it. I know when they launched it and did $800,000 in sales. I know that it's doing great. This year, they've done $2.6 million with our software, but I never logged in. You know, there's a way of you take advantage of what is right in front of you, or rather you discount what is in front of you. It was on this app. One day I was on one app and somebody was mentioned one room and somebody was mentioned Marketing Blocks as one of the AI tools. I'm like, that's idiot stuff they're talking about now. What are they talking about? And they were telling me how good it was. I'm like, really? I've had an account to this thing for 2 years. I don't think I even opened it one day, only for me to go in there just less than a week ago. They have 26 AI tools. Some of the tools that are paid, like the one I keep using that great example, the play.ht, that is supposed to clone your voice and all that. It was $598 I paid for a year's access. They have it in there. They have something similar in there. They have audio to text to audio generator. They have a video creator, talking video. They've got all this stuff. And here I've paid, maybe bought more than 20 AI tools. The one of $10, the one of $20, the one of $47. Literally spend a couple of thousands just in the space of a month on this app, because every time I get in there, I just go buy. Because to me, $27 is not a big deal, $47 and stuff, but it adds up. So that is just my caution to you guys. Write it all down, by the way. Every time somebody gives a new tool, write it down, but don't be in a hurry to go buy them. Why? Because look at the ones you already bought. It's possible what you already have with you can do some of this stuff. It's so easy to get seduced into all this. So that is just me cautioning everybody, because you get caught up in this thing, you spend all your money and you have nothing to show for it, unless you are really using it. I have only one rule now. If I'm not going to use that software now, I'm not buying. If I'm not going to use it, I'm not buying. You should have that also, but write it down. Let me tell you what I do with writing it down before I come back to you, Eli. What I do now is that I go to all those rooms. I listen to the Karins of this world. I listen to Noel, Lekon, all those top level people who know a lot more than me on this stuff. They give me all these, they talk about all these tools. I just wrote down 5 right now from Noel. Guess what I'm doing? As I'm talking to them, I go to the site, I scroll to the bottom. I want to see if they have an affiliate link. If they have an affiliate program, I sign up immediately. Then I take it, I put it inside my own AI360tools.com. That's my own site, AI360tools.com. What am I doing with that site? I'm just aggregating every AI tool I can find that has an affiliate link. So when I'm sharing it, when I'm showing it to people, if anybody really goes to buy it, at least I get paid. You can make money with that. They are not paying you extra. The person buying through your recommendation is not going to pay extra. It's going to pay the same money. It's going to pay if he just bought it on his own. But now, because Noel is the one introducing these tools, if any of us were to go in there, let's say we were to give it to us with his own affiliate link, then he gets paid, which makes sense. Because the owners of the softwares, they are selling their software. They're getting paid. Why are you not getting paid? To me, that is the use I have for all this app. Now I go in there, I look at it. If I really, really, really love it and I see, oh, this thing can really, really help me, then I will buy. But when I look at it and I see that, okay, I have a tool that can do this thing, I don't bother to buy. But I write it down. Then I search like this one now, craftmail.ai doesn't have an affiliate link. I'm moving on. That's the way I'm thinking. Because whatever I want to do with email, they have it on marketingblogs.com. They have it on a couple of the softwares I've bought. Why must I buy 3, 4? Just to guide everyone. Okay, let's keep going. Thank you so much, Noel, for sharing those 5 stuff. I'm going to be looking deep into them. Genius Mind interests me a lot. Unfortunately, they're down now, but I'll be checking back to see if they're up. I don't think I have something like that already. I want to check it out. Maybe it's something I may end up buying. All right. Thank you so much, though, for sharing. Ellie, you are pumping. Go for it.
No, I just wanted to add something to what you've just shared in terms of, sometimes when we get so many tools, we just shouldn't get carried away by buying everything. So I just wanted to say there is something they always say in the marketing world, saying we should try our best to avoid shiny object syndrome.
Yeah.
That sometimes it kind of like suck our time away. So that's what I just wanted to add.
Yeah. I'm the master of shiny object syndrome. That was my life for years as an internet marketer. I think I'm still suffering some withdrawal symptoms from that. I still buy a lot of stuff. So you guys, you got to watch out for that syndrome. It is real. At least if you are making some money, it won't be so bad. If you are at least doing something that people are paying you money, so if you are spending a lot of money too, then that makes sense. Than for you to just be spending, but somehow you don't have any angle to make some money, especially if you do need the money. It's not like you have a great job that you don't really need to be making that $50, $100 stuff, or you have your own business where you don't really need to make money. But all of us can use an extra little income. That's what I found out. An extra $1,000 is an extra 1,000. Change it to Naira, that's 750,000 Naira. That could take care of 2 or 3 cousins who are complaining about a little problem. So me, I don't mind. Any little money, I'm ready to chase it. Okay, guys, let's go. Who else wants to share with us? Who has any other great idea? Leko, I'm still waiting for more. You know, you have been absent for like 7 days. So we need more from you today. Huh? Leko. You know, I love to pick your brain. Okay, who else want to go? We are doing popcorn now. Feel free, whether you're on Zoom, Gist House or Clubhouse, just open your mic and let's have your wisdom, please. We are celebrating the last day of the boot camp. Hopefully, everyone, we've got 13,000 people pass through the Zoom account, which is great. That's 13,000 mailing list we just got from that. See, that's all part of the benefits, even though it's a free program. I was able to get a lot of people onto our mailing list, 13,000 people. I was able to help maybe half of that, because many of them probably didn't stay for more than an hour or so, didn't even come, but at least they sign up to show up, and then we have people who have been publishing books, who have been doing great things in this 21-day period. So I'm very, very excited that we are really contributing a lot. And thank you so much, all of you that came in to support me. Lekon spent a whole day teaching without being paid a dime. It was just a friend who came in and taught for a whole day. Thank you so much. Eli's always been there every day to co-mod for me. Noel is always there. Thank you guys so much. Prof was for the first 10 days. Prof was there every day and basically co-teaching with me. That's Professor Imafidon. So thank you so much, Prof, for everything. David Jones was there for a whole day to teach. And also Ifiok is now like third day now that I've been dragging him. He taught for a whole day. Now we've been dragging him to come back every day. Thank you guys so much. I couldn't have done this without you guys, and for everybody who's been coming every day, people like Iris, Shara, I can't mention all of you, but you know yourself, Onya Chum, every day you come in here, you learn. Karen comes in and out. Thank you so much. Guys, the beauty of this and the real reward you can give me and all these gurus that have come to spend their time is you making something of this. Narrow down to one niche and start growing. The bar is still very low for anybody. I mean, look at me. I'm a very good example. I'm being very frank to let you guys know I didn't download my ChatGPT for the first time until April. April, just 3 months ago, less than 3 months ago. April, May, June, right? But look at me today. I'm already earning income without even selling stuff on this 21-day program. I have a software that is already in beta testing. People are already paying to test it. I have several books that I've sold several versions of on so many bookstores. I showed you guys yesterday my Lulu account. There's 33 books there already live on lulu.com, and on lulu.com, where you pay for their what they call their global package, which is only $4.99, $5. They put your book on more than 50 other sites. That's how my books started getting back into Amazon. I told you I lost my Amazon account because they claimed I have a duplicate account in 2015 that they closed, that I went to open this new one against that, which is not true. I told you the whole story about what happened, but I appealed. So far, they've not even responded to my appeal. They told me to give them time, that it's going to take time to answer, and they forgot about me. It's almost 2 months now, but I'm not crying. Guess what? I started putting my books on 20 different self-publishing sites, and I focus on Lulu for the global distribution. For only $5, they put it on Amazon.com. They put it on Kindle. They put it on Barnes & Noble. They put it on all the major sites in the world anyway. So now I have 33 books there. Now, when you go, those 33 books, if you go to Barnes & Noble, you see my books there. That's what I've been doing. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of what I've done in 2 months while I was still learning. I told you I'm a rookie. In fact, if the care is not taken, I'm probably going to publish a book, Confessions of a ChatGPT Guru Wannabe. Then I'm going to tell my story there. I have a little story. So to me, is what are you doing? The bar is so low right now. In next year, it will not be like that. Right now, people are still getting a job or still getting deals to write email copy for $6.99, $4.99. I still saw a client, or rather a protege, that showed me a screenshot. He got order $4.99 to write email, follow-up emails, promotional emails, and all that for somebody who wants to do a launch. About 14 emails. $4.99 is what they paid him. And he can get all of that done with ChatGPT in 1 hour. Let's even say 3 hours. Okay, write the mail for Facebook, write the post for Twitter, write the post for six of them. Sorry, 7. You write all of that, write the promotional email for the launch. Boom. Marketing Blocks does that. Even raw ChatGPT does that. It won't be like that next year, I don't think. Because that guy that paid him $499 might decide that instead of paying him $499 to go do all these emails, maybe I should just go do it myself. Or they may still pay. I mean, I still pay for graphics, even though I know about Midjourney, I know about the Canva, I know about all those easy AI tools, but I don't want to go do design. So all my books, all those 33 you saw me just published for, somebody did the thing for it. His name is Mutil. He charges me $20 for each cover, which includes the cover itself, the back cover, the promotional banners, which to me is very cheap. I didn't mind paying that because I didn't want to spend that 1-2 hours doing all those design. I don't want to do design. My point is, guys, the barrier is still so low now. You can pick anywhere. But what would be a tragedy is to follow Lekon, Noel, Karin, myself, and all those other big names all over the place for 6 months, 1 year, and you have no angle. Most gurus will want you to be biased. They don't want you to be entrepreneurs, and I'm totally different. You being an entrepreneur is not going to stop my money. I'm in the software production and launching it. I told you guys. I have one that is in beta testing. Another one will be ready in another 1 week. I'm working on 4 before the end of this year. I will even show you how to create the same one I created. If you are part of my group coaching for the software creation program, I'll take you through the step by step what I did, how I got my software, where I got it. You getting the same software is not going to stop my money. There's 7 billion people in the world. If I'm selling my builder, and you are selling your builder, we probably will not even meet. Maybe sometime we might clash on Clubhouse, but who cares? You have your own name, I have my own. But outside, nobody knows the difference. So I'm more into you being a business person too, as opposed to just buying from me. I buy from people here. It doesn't mean you won't buy because you're a business professional yourself now. I buy all the time. I've bought coaching here. I've bought drop shipping coaching for one of my staff. I paid $5,000 for them to just teach her how to do drop shipping. Because if I don't learn how to spend money on others, I can't expect anybody to spend money on me. So yeah, you're going to spend buying stuff. But you should always have in mind, where is my own, where I'm going to receive money? Otherwise, your books will never balance. I know I'm repeating this thing over and over, but you got to get it. I can afford to say, let me go do $5,000 for a 30-day coaching on blog shipping, or and pay another one, $2,999 for another guy on something to do with info business. You know why? That's just $7,900. I could get somebody to sign up for my own coaching program that is $10,000. Easy. Then it makes good business. You're spending, and you're also making. But many of us, unfortunately, all we do is spend. We come in here, we tell you about this software, we tell you about this business, you go and buy. Who's buying from you? That's the question you must ask. It's an important question. That's even how you can be sustainable. That's how I can keep making money. I always tell all those coaches who don't want their students to also be business people, just want them to be buying. It's short-sighted. After a while, they're going to give up and they stop. Because they're not making any money, they're just spending the money. One day their spouse is going to say, are you mad? What are you doing? Go look for a job. They're going to stress them. Or they themselves will give up in frustration because they're buying all this stuff, but they're not making any for themselves. But if you teach them how to make some money in their own niche, then they have more money to spend because now they are making money. Spending money is not going to be so much problem for them. Why would people struggle to pay? Why would they not want to pay $10 to join my Inner Circle Club? It's only $10. It's a club that I patterned after John Lee. Maybe I put a lot more into it than John Lee's own because I'm not John Lee. John Lee doesn't need to put anything in his club before people will subscribe. Me, I'm just a wannabe. So before people will pay me $10 a month, they must see tremendous value. That's why you see all that value that I put in my club. But people won't have a problem paying that if they also have a business they're doing that is earning them money and they are learning stuff from your club to enhance their business. That's why I subscribe to John Lee since 2021. and I've not canceled it, even though sometimes I don't even watch any of the replays for 3 months. Why? Because I value the value I get from him is only $7. But the kind of value he gives, if it's just to me listening to him for 1 hour in a month, is worth that $7. Is the way I'm thinking in my head. And I didn't have a problem or pressure to go and cancel it because I have my own club too, where I'm training people, equipping them, giving them value, and hoping that they too, whatever niche you are, there are people out there who want what you want, what you have. You don't have to, people that when I first started, people say, when did you start this thing that is having a club? When did you start that you're having a club? Is the question I ask the person. Shut up. Okay. Do you have stuff to teach people? Of course you do. You've been on this club. Many of us here, you've been here consistently for a month. 97% of the people in the world, they don't know 10% of what most of us on this app that we know. I'm being very serious. But because we are here every day, sharing among ourselves, we feel that that's what the whole world is doing. That's not what they are doing. The old people on this app, this thing called Clubhouse, who are talking about AI, I don't think there are more than 10,000 people. I doubt. Because I've gone to most of the rooms, at least one that I can see. And many times it's the same us. When I leave here and maybe I'm going to go to the National Influencers room, or maybe I'm going to go to John Lee's room, guess what? When I get there, I'm probably going to see Lekon there. I'm probably going to see Karin there. I know I'm going to see Eli there. I probably will see Iris. It's the same people. So when you add it all up, we're not up to 10,000. And meanwhile, this app has got millions, not to talk about outside world, who have no clue, who don't even know what ChatGPT is, believe it or not. They are well-to-do people, very, very consequential human beings who have great jobs or who have great businesses, who are not slushies, who have never heard of ChatGPT today, or who had it and they just thought it's some funny stuff. That's how I used to think until April. I heard of it in November, obviously. I'm always online. But I thought it was some new software that people just have to learn or some social media. I never downloaded it. I never went near it. And I'm out there every day. That's my job. So imagine guys who are not even digital marketers, who are not even in digital business, who are just great lawyers, great web developers, or great whatever. They're just doing their own business. They don't care. That's your market. All right. Enough of me. Anybody else wants to share? My own job is to keep stoking you until you just get something going. Then become sweet. Like they say in Yoruba language, we understand that. That when all of us are eating is when it is sweet. But if you are the only one eating, or I'm the only one eating, that relationship cannot be good now. All of us must enjoy. We must all, even if you don't want to sell stuff, even if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, is it helping you in your business? Or in your, maybe you're a student. How are you using it? Is it changing your life? Is it helping you better? That is when it makes sense. Not to superstar anybody. There's no superstar here. All of us are trying to learn. I have bosses that are right here in this room. So just in case they think I'm some stupid genius guy. No, my bosses are here. Some of them are 20 years younger than me, but I'm learning from them. But you got to learn something. Okay, enough mindset setting, guys. So yeah, back at you. Who wants to go? Who has something to share? Maybe encouragement, some idea, some trick. Come on, people. No, I'll go for it again. Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry for the background. So in Magica, so I stumbled upon this AI tool, and I know, like, I think this is, it's funny because when I first noticed this AI tool, I was like, oh, this would be the perfect space to share this, right? Because there are a lot of people that are going in, they're getting their software systems, right, and then they're scaling, marketing and scaling those software systems, right? So I have an AI tool, right, that can help you build not just an app, right? But an app with inherent AI technology within the app. Okay, so it's called, and I signed up yesterday, but when I signed up, it said that it granted me like early access. So they're still like in the beta phase. If you remember when Clubhouse was in its beta phase, or even when Tinder did this too, right? They were accepting people by invite only at one point. If you got into Clubhouse at the early days. In fact, I was invited to Clubhouse through a friend. Actually, someone I was dating at the time. She was like, "Oh, you haven't heard of Clubhouse?" She introduced me to all these tools. Like, she had a podcast too, so she introduced me to a lot of really good tools. By the way, I should say this, if you're going out there, if you're in the dating scene, right, date intentionally and date, people that will not just support you in one area of your life, but like, comprehensively, right? So that was really good. So this site, right, is called Imagica. So I'll put it in the chat. It's called and by the way, if you appreciate all the knowledge and the insight and the wisdom that you're getting from this room, right, please do two things for me. First of all, please click that link up top, right, to join Dr. Ope's club, okay, right? Because the value that you're getting in here is a reflection of the value that you're going to get from this club. Okay, it's a clear reflection of that, right? Dr. Ope is his brand. Okay, what do I mean by that, right? When you're in his spaces, you're always hearing wisdom. You're hearing genuineness. You're hearing a broad set of knowledge. Okay, why wouldn't you want to take advantage of that? He has a space where he's giving it to you, right? Why wouldn't you want to take advantage of that and develop that relationship, right? Versus building the wheel from scratch, trying to reinvent the wheel when someone has already gone through the process for you. You are only as strong as your network. Okay, connect, leverage this space and this club that he's put up top of the link to develop a relationship with Dr. Ope. It's no secret, right? And then, right, so another way to give that is to share the room. If you have friends that that will benefit from this space, even if they're not on Clubhouse, you expose them to Clubhouse. Tell them to come to Dr. Ope's room. Okay, you have them follow the house, the Business 360 Success Club. Okay, and that's how we can all broaden our network and connect with each other, right? So I'll encourage you to do two things, right? Share this room, not just on Clubhouse, but it would be more impactful if you can share it on your Twitter spaces. Pardon me. I have a trading Twitter. What I like to do is I copy it and I put it in that space. I don't share I don't add my Twitter to my account because my Twitter is already connected to another account. If I add it, they're going to deactivate this account because they're going to say, "Oh, yes, two accounts." So do well to please share the room via Twitter, via Facebook, okay? And also share a very impactful message when you go out and you share it on Clubhouse. Share an impactful message about what you've received from this room that other people can gain from too, okay? So I'm going to do that right now before I go further. I love the wisdom and marketing insights I'm gaining from this room. I am so happy to be surrounded by this strong network. Okay. Okay, so now we can get into business. So in Magica, I'm going to put it in the chat. It's IMAGICA. Now this is one, of course, you have to vet too. All these ones I give you, vet them. They're all new. They're new to me too. Okay, so I'm not an aficionado in any of these tools. These are tools that I'm learning about at scale, right? And I'm dumping them in my knowledge library. Okay, I'm not because I don't have use for everything today, right? I'm keeping it there so that when I do have a problem, okay, that one of these tools can solve, I can pick on one of those tools, right? And developing an app is definitely within the in my trajectory at some point. It only makes sense given my background in engineering. It makes sense, right? So this is something that I will definitely be able to benefit from in the future, and I'm sure many of you will too, regardless of whether you're in tech, regardless of what your field is, right? So if you look on the website, it has a demonstration, right? You put in the description for your app, right? And it will go through and create the entire UI UX, and also set it up so that you can publish it as a SaaS, right? You know, and it walks through a demonstration of what that looks like, right? And it's a no-code application, right? And it is also based on real-time data. So the example that they used was, I think, like a baseball, results, like baseball games and stuff like that. But even more impactfully, right? For those of you who trade, okay, I think this is really important. For me, once they let me into this app, right? One thing that is very important to me, right? I spend a lot of time researching options. I'm looking for options with high open interest. I'm looking to see options flow, recent options flow, recent fluctuations in volume and open interest. And I'm looking for undervalued options under $50. Okay, $50 an option. Okay. Now I'm doing this because I'm trying to get my 100%, right? So I'm looking for 100% gains. Sometimes my strategy is very simple. I try to buy as low as possible, right? So I buy at the ultimate low, the lowest that option has ever been, okay? And I'm looking for like people, open interest of about at least maybe over 100,000, okay? That way I know that some banks or proper firms are in that, I'm not trying to trade with retail traders. I want to trade with the banks, right? So once I'm in that, I get it at the lowest of the low, okay? And then I put my trailing stop so that as soon as it spikes, because there are days, okay? If you go and look at the September 210, I'm going too much into the weeds here, but if you go and look at like the September 210 Apple, not September, sorry, August, I think August 18th, 210 strike for Apple, okay? That thing went from, I kid you not, in May, 13 cents to $13. I'll put it up in terms of dollars. $13, okay, to $103 per option. Okay, almost 10 times, almost 10x. Okay, meaning if you put in $100, you just put 100 of those dollars worth of those options. Okay, or you just put in $1,000. Okay, right, at 13 cents each. Okay, you'll be looking at almost 10,000 from that move alone. Okay, and that happened within the span of about 2 weeks, not even a month. Okay, just shot up one day, almost one day, just shot up to 103. Boom. If you had a trailing stop, as soon as it shoots up and it's way coming down, you can just execute your exit, and then you exit in profit. So that's my strategy. So once these guys let me in, I'm going to use this app to develop a tool that helps people find cheap options, very cheap options. Right, and then I'm going to add it to. I'm actually working with Gerald in software. I don't know if he's here. I'm working with someone to now start getting back into teaching people how to invest in options and trade options. So that I don't want to abandon any of the talents that God has given me. So that will be another phase. Of course, it won't be connected to Kind-Mind AI, but that'll be another thing that I'm looking at. So if you're building your apps, right? It's much better. Like Dr. Ope's approach is so much better, in my opinion, because it's already built for you. Okay, all you have to do is market it and ensure that it's effectively maintained, which it's and the maintenance is already done for you too. Okay, and Dr. Ope shows you how to do that. That's his area of genius. I think that's the way they put it, right? That's really his expertise, but that's why I'm here, okay? Because I'm trying to learn to, and yes, I would say slow to learn. I like to take I like to build genuine relationships, organic relationships. And I don't just connect with someone because I want to make money. I want to build a relationship that lasts the test of time. Maybe at my God willing, at my funeral, Dr. Bear will be there. Guys, I would definitely check. I'll encourage you to check that out. But most importantly, connect with Dr. Bear. Join his clubs. Hit him up on the back channel. Ask him for questions. One good way to connect with people is to ask them for help. Okay, ask them questions. Connect with them. Connect with him beyond this space. Connect with him. Okay. So in Magica.ai, I think I put chat. So that was one. But before I continue, I don't know how the mic. Is there anything anyone else wanted to add or say? Or Dr. Ope, is there anything you wanted to say? If not, I can continue.
Yeah, thank you so much. Continue. I guess if there's anybody who needs to say something, and pump your mic, but I'm enjoying what you have to say. If you still have more, go ahead, and then they'll catch up with you. I think you are hitting it. Go for it.
Oh, thank you. So now this is in the area. I want to get into the area of side hustles, right? Okay, so there's some beautiful side hustles. Right. I mean, they're country places, buildings, right, that are selling for like $1. In Italy. There are remote villages in Italy, though. But still, you never know. I mean, these areas they have a real estate market that is at the bottom of the bottom. Okay, it cannot go any further. So there's nowhere to go. Buy a building for $1. I mean, how much are you going to lose? How much do you stand to lose? Seriously, So there are countries that are also offering what is it called? I forgot what they call this. But I'll describe it. So what it is they're giving out visas to populate certain areas of their country, right? And they'll pay you like a certain amount to take the visa and reside in that country. But you have to reside there for, I think, maybe 2 years and stuff like that. There are even cities in not in Atlanta, in the United States that are doing that as well, like remote cities in the United States that are offering money for you to relocate and now live in that city. But some of these cities, just to warn you, they have population less than 800 people, so in some cases, right? So if you like the nightlife of Atlanta, for instance, so you're looking for the best food and you love working with a large group of people, that may not be the best place for you to reside, but there may be opportunities there, right, to buy land or build some income there. So anyway, now I say that to say that there are companies that will pay you to travel this year. Okay, they will pay you to travel. Okay, World Packers pays a minimum of $500 a month. Okay, but you have to travel. Yeah, I think, and I some of these companies, right?
Can you raise your voice a little bit? I think those on Zoom are struggling to hear you, but now that you mentioned money, I'm getting a lot. Go ahead, please. Remember, there are people on Zoom and there are people on Gist House who are listening to you too. So raise up a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah. So there are companies that will literally pay you to travel. Okay, I'm going to start with the lowest one so that you get as excited as I'm. Right. So Workaway pays a minimum of $200 a month. Much, but if you're living in Thailand, okay, $200 will go a long way. If you're living in Nigeria, $200 a month will go a long way. Okay, and they'll pay you to travel and go see the world and get paid money to travel to see the world. Some of these sites, what they do is they'll hire you as a travel blogger, right, to go around and talk about the different scenes and encourage people to travel to those locations. Okay, so and these companies, a lot of them collaborate with like airlines, and even government agencies as well, right? to help drive the marketing that brings people to those locations, right? The second one, right, is World Packers. World Packers pays a minimum of $500 per month. Okay, these people will pay you to travel, to go and see the world, go to Thailand, go to China, go to Spain, Italy. Okay, all the places that you pay to go to, you can actually get paid to go to those places, believe it or not. Okay. The last but not least is Global Work and Travel. These people will pay you minimum, okay? Oh, actually, no, I shouldn't say minimum. Up to $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month to travel.
Wow.
You know.
They just give you the money or what? Explain how that works. You have websites for guys, practicals. Where do they go check this thing out? Talk to me, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me pull up the website for Global.
Exactly, so that people can go check these things out for real.
Exactly. Global Work and Travel. Let's see, waiting for it to load. Oh, there it is. So it's literally globalworkandtravel.com. I didn't know it was that. Okay, so globalworkandtravel.com. So I'll put it in the chat. I'm copying it now. Copy. And in the chat. So someone said, which one is number one? The first one was, pardon me, the first one was Workaway. Workaway. So I'm going to get the website for that too. Workaway. So workaway.info. And there's a section that says work and travel in Europe. Can you imagine? And I'm over here paying, using all my travel points. Okay, workaway.info. And then World Packers was the last one. So let me see if I can find that. World Packers. There's a lady on this app, right? I forgot her name, right? But she always talks about how she lives in hotels, right? She lives in hotels. She does one of these things, okay? She's a travel blogger. They'll pay her to go to Thailand, go to Italy, go to south of France, go to all these places. They'll cover her hotel. I mean, and she's literally getting paid to enjoy her life. You know? So, you know, if you're like me that enjoys soft life, you know, I don't think there's anyone in this room that doesn't want to increase the quality of their life. That's no way to do it. You know? So So that's all. Is there anyone else that would like to speak or add value? I want to make sure I'm sharing space with you guys and your insights.
All right, guys. Who else wants to? You see Noel dropping the gems, and if you have something to say or you want to maybe ask a question on that, or you have something you want to share, we can call Noel back in a minute. I love anywhere somebody is sharing gems that people can use. Me, I'm excited. But let's give some of you opportunity to also share and then what you want to share with us. Okay, guys, pump your mic or let me know, or just open your mic and talk. We're at the, what is called the popcorn style now, right? Who else wants to share? Remember, you got to raise up your hand and share something to be able to start creating relationships with people. The closed mouth doesn't create relationships. They don't know what you know. The little that you can share that you think is nothing may just be a lifesaver for somebody out there. So come on, guys, let's go. Who else would like to share something? Fumi, go for it. Fumi, I see you. Fumi, I do.
Okay. Hi, Dr. Fair. Good evening.
Wait first. Which Fumi Adeogun is this? Do I know you?
don't know if you know me.
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
but back channel pretty well. You probably would know me. Actually, you would know me.
Yeah, because my sister, our firstborn is married to an Adeogun, so we are. My family have an extended family on that side. Is why I was asking. But go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just wanted to thank you, Dr. Ope, because so I told you the other time that I found out that you and I caught up on this ChatGPT at the same time. I heard about it last year as well, and I wasn't doing much. So somehow I thought of just in the room sometime, and somebody was talking about writing a food recipe. That was in April, and I was like, what? So, but I was running a program that was ending in May, so I couldn't really, do much. So as soon as May was over, and the program was over in May, I just adopted your strategy. I'm not working for the month of June. I'm actually working on this because I've been doing stuff on it and, trying to create some programs. So I run pro bono trainings. I've been doing that for a couple of years, and I wanted to do something to improve it. So I go to those rooms, listen to what they say, and I try to implement it as well. But it wasn't giving me the output I wanted. So I used to listen to it. I was like, why is this guy so audacious? And so I told myself that, every time
That's the word, audacious.
You are. But every time I'm in a room and I find you there, I'm like, hey, he's here again. Okay, so I'm looking forward to hearing what you say. And I'm like, okay, sometimes you say, I'm just learning. This is what I know up until now. I'm like, okay, so that gave me, I just kept going. I'm like, okay, if somebody's doing this, I can do this as well. And so when you talked about the 21-day bootcamp, I was like, I'm jumping on it. I have rooms that I join and people teach about, the tools and all that. There's so many, anyways, you can't get to use it all. So I said, okay, let me start with one and get to use all this. And while I was in the program, you were talking about book writing. I wanted to write a book. I wanted to do courses. So I was like, okay, I kept listening. But one thing that the class has helped me with, I must say, is that I was able to repurpose those prompts you were giving us. And that's one thing I think everybody could pick up. Because while you said use this to write a book, I've used it to create a whole business from scratch. I wrote a business from ground up. I have my SOPs, I have my KPIs, I have my backend, I have my, I have everything. I know how many laptops I need to get the job done. Is that comprehensive? Because all that was given to me by ChatGPT. Because I knew what I wanted to ask, I knew what I was looking for, I knew the systems I need to run the business from the back end. I created a program from a 3 weeks program to launch. And they gave me activities for each day, for me to run, to be able to launch the business, And it's really, really, really been an interesting experience. I don't want to bore you with a lot of tools because there's so many tools out there. And you keep catching on of them every day. And I'm sure new tools are coming out tomorrow and all of that. But I just wanted to say that some of the things that Dr. has taught for everybody that's been in the class, you should be able to do some repurposing, and you'll be able to create more solid outputs. When you put this into it, and also knowing what you want is very key, because even if you write a book, you need to know what you want to achieve with the book you're writing. Even if you write a course, you know what you want to achieve with that, which is one of the things that I knew what I wanted to do from the outset. I know the type of course I wanted to get involved in. I'd studied about the LMS and I was a total novice when it came to the IT world. I knew zero. I could browse. I could do my PDFs and stuff like that. Basic things, maybe just, but I didn't even understand anything about social media marketing. I didn't understand that at all. But, I caught on a lot during your class, and it's very, very helpful. And more importantly, I was able to repurpose. And, while I was thinking I was a guru, I was a super very structured problem solver, I met Leko and I was like, okay, I think I need to get a fix.
You finally ran into Leko, eh? Leko happened to me also. Don't worry, it happened to me too.
I told myself that, these guys are excellent. Dr. Pedro, I'm following you. Anyway, I'm sure I'm going to tell you how you know me, but not yet. I'm I just feel myself that I need to just follow it. The fact that you can pick something from zero and tell yourself I'm doing it. That's who I used to be until life happens, when it down. Like I said to myself, what the heck? We don't need that right now. I need to be able to move, just like you move. So I just want to say thank you. And everybody should take out the tools that have been dropped, Nobody's saying a lot of things about marketing. That's very key for us as well. But let's look at it and not get overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed. I was really overwhelmed. I had to now tell myself, pause and structure everything. And that was what helped me through. That was very key. I just thought to share that. Thank you very much.
All righty. Well, I'm glad that you got encouraged and got in there. Believe it or not, cookbooks are some of the best-selling stuff. In fact, before I ran into trouble with my Amazon account 2 months ago that I'm still trying to unravel, my biggest royalty, has crawled up to something between $5,000 and $5,800 a month is what I was not getting on Amazon. I had 47 books there. And of course, I didn't start them yesterday. I've been publishing books since 2001, even before I knew anything about marketing. But the point is, it grew steadily. That's why I keep encouraging all of you. The first 1 year, you may not even make anything appreciable. It might be $10, $4. Don't get discouraged. The more you get more solid, those royalties increase every year. It's never gone down. So it got to about $5. My last royalty on Amazon before they said I had double account and we had all this problem that we're appealing now was $5,800 or so that we got. If I had to add my daughter's $400 to it, mine was $5,400. My daughter got $400. That my 13-year-old daughter, for my 15-year-old daughter, the book she wrote at 13, she's getting close to $400 on royalty now because I'm doing some SEO and all that for it. But guess what? Out of that, over $5,000, about $1,800 to $2,000 is on cookbooks, on my cookbooks. The list, the ones I thought were not going to be the one that would make me money. Because what I simply did, like I told you, it wasn't even an original idea. That's why you see me, the first chapter in my book, Success Secrets of Millionaire Hustlers, is that originality is overrated. You can be a multi-millionaire without being original in anything. Originality is hard. But if you can put a twist, just like Lekon just suggested, for instance, to Blink's strategy today, see that little twist? Can make somebody a multi-millionaire in dollars if they follow through. So same way with me, I met a guy who's my friend on a cruise, this marketers cruise we go every year. He's a publisher, many of those of us who are abroad here, you probably might know him, is a publisher of the most wanted America's Most Wanted Recipes. He wrote a series. The guy was a Wall Street banker. Okay, he was a Wall Street banker before he wrote his first recipe book. And then that recipe book became major. His name is Ron Douglas. For those of you who may know him, he's my very good friend. I met him in this digital marketing hustle that we were doing 2002, 2003, 2012, 2011. So we're on a cruise. I think it was 2015 or 16. And the guy, so we were talking and he said, oh, he's making his royalty from, he mentioned one major publishing house. I think is not Amazon. We were saying Amazon was not really his big money. He has this big publishing house that has taken over his books for him, and that he does maybe $1.2 million in sales every year on cookbooks. I'm not Skyping, guys. It's called America's Most Wanted Book Recipes. So I'm like, what do you mean? You mean like, he said, yeah. And he was explaining to me, I was doing it, that he had a series of these books. I think he has about 5 or 6 of them at the time that we were talking, and that he was using running ads to promote them. And eventually some big publishing house came and acquired and signed him up. They paid him a big royalty, and then they now put all sorts of resources on it. And now he's doing well over $100K every month. I'm like, what do you mean? So he explained to me, he himself was not a cook, but he had a good marketing angle. When he came, basically he started out with something like the secret recipes of McDonald's has been leaked. So basically claim that he got the secret recipes and created his own. He told me that was just a marketing gimmick, that they didn't have nothing. But the point is, those recipe books started selling. and then he put a lot of marketing power in it, a lot of advert power and all of that stuff. Then right there and then you occurred to me, okay, why can't I do Africa's most wanted recipes? It's like a joke. We laugh, me and him, we laugh. I said, if you have America's most wanted recipe, let me go and hold Africa now. So even African on my own. So we were laughing and he was like, yeah, why not? But I'm like, I don't know how to cook. He said, what has that got to do with anything? That himself cannot cook. That what he did was did research, got people to put recipes together for him. I'm like, okay, I could do this. But it took me a couple of years. I didn't really do anything. But eventually, I think 2018 or so, I finally decided, yeah, why not? I can get ghostwriters to put this together for me. And that's what I did. And guess what? As of January this year, I had 7 of them. And they ended up becoming the most popular of my, let me even share the screen with those on Zoom so that you know that I'm not just carving you here. Let me pull up one of my accounts. I'll pull up the one on Lulu. You will see it. I have 15 as of today now, basically 15. That is my Lulu. As you can see, for those of you on Zoom, you can see what I simply do is I pick each country and I write a recipe on it, a recipe book rather. So I have Yoruba concoctions, I have Swahili concoctions, Calabar concoctions, Hausa Fulani concoctions, Igbo concoctions. I have Egyptian concoctions, on and on, 15 of them now. I don't know why cookbooks sell. I myself, I cannot cook water. If they don't watch me well, that water will burn. But I realized that writing a cookbook is not a difficult thing, just like anything else. Now you are talking the era of a ChatGPT. If I want to go for 100 now, they will say I'm greedy. Just write all the African tribes. We have more than 100. Just write a recipe book on each of them. Guess what was now happening that I didn't know when I was on Amazon? Some of them are still there for some reason. They didn't take all of them out. I think about 6 or 7 are still there. Is that when somebody buys one, Amazon will then tell them those who bought this also bought this. So I now found out instead of selling 1 book, the average sale is now 3 books. Sometimes I sell 5 at a time, and they're $19.99. So go for it. I'm telling you, for some reason, I don't know who's buying them, but cookbooks, if you were to even check statistics of the type of books selling, cookbooks are in the top 10 globally. People love, I don't know whether it's women, whether it's men, I don't know. But my daughter, the one that is a medical doctor, I realized that she's been compiling cookbooks to cook for her husband. She told me that. She was so excited about my own book. So my husband, I need to get the one from the Swahili people so that I myself have never used any of those books to cook. But they are small books, maybe 50 recipes in 1 book, that's it. Each recipe is about 1 page or 2 pages. So please go for it for me. You'll be surprised, since particularly if you I'm not a lover of food or a recipe. That's why I didn't even make it a big deal. Maybe I could have made that a $10,000 a month business if I wanted. I just needed to then run adverts, have individual pages for each of them, do what I know and know how to do, which is to actually promote. But I really wasn't promoting it just there. I did it because, like I just said, I met a guy. Now I have 15. And I think I didn't even write any of them. I use ghostwriters. Nothing complicated. If I descend on ChatGPT now, I probably will get another 10 out if I want. ChatGPT knows. Just ask it. Whatever type. So my advice to you for me is that when if you are going to go into the cookbook thing, let it be niched. So that way you can have a series that can then end up selling each other. Ron Douglas did America's Most Wanted. Okay, and he did the marketing. He even ended up on CNN. He ended up on Fox News over his own series. I think he's got 7 now, and that became a career right there. Okay, I have Africa's Most Wanted recipes. If because I didn't want to be identified with writing cookbooks, is why I've not really promoted it on my handles or done any launching. I just left it there. But if I were to get a partner now, which might not be a bad idea, to front it, to be the face, just share the money. Maybe we just share the money percentage-wise, and then that person becomes the face. Then we can then launch it, make it a big series. So you can do the same thing, is what I'm saying. Instead of limiting yourself to 1, It might be all, maybe your own might be something to do with vegan recipe books. Remember, it's not about you. You don't have to be a vegan. I share this all the time. It is about the passion of your market, not your own passion. Nobody cares about your passion, but people care about their passion. So they will spend money on their passion. So pick an area. Vegan works well. Diet, gluten-free works well. I don't know what to pick in, but pick something that you can write a series of books on so that one will feed on each other. All right, that's my advice.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's go, people. Who else wants to share? Come on now, there's so many of us on stage now. Santosh, I see you. What do you want to share now? Come on, today's the last day. Go. All right, those of you on Zoom, is there anybody on Zoom who wants to share? Before
I'll be in
yes, go ahead.
I'll be right back. 2 minutes, just 2 minutes.
Go, sir. Please go for it.
He said he'll be back in 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. He said he'll be back in 2. I thought he said I should give him 2 minutes. Okay, who else has something to say? Okay. Eli, maybe I should hand the moderation to you for a minute. Let me take a drink. Take the room.
I have something to say. It's more of a question, though. Hello?
Hey, carry on, sister.
Okay, I want to ask this traveling thing. Is it a must that you can be paid to travel alone, or you are allowed to be accompanied by someone? It's a question for Mr. Neil. I think it was the one that spoke about it.
Right, Noel, are you there? All right, for now, I'm gonna take a little bit of it. I have few friends, so they are called the travel influencer. So how it works for them, obviously, you know, each companies they've got their own rules. But a few friends that I do have, they are, you know, traveling influencer. So what happened is they kind of like sometimes form a community. So sometimes they do like maybe they